Hello, hello, hello. What's up, fellas? How's it going? Welcome to the Killjoy Jake YouTube channel. I just made some fresh coffee, so go on and take some. You can't, because this is a video live stream, and nothing is tangible. It's just gonna be me screaming at you for the next maybe 2.5 hours. But welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the Killjoy Jake YouTube channel again. I do appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Monday night like this. So let's talk a little bit about horror and all the crazy things going on in the universe of the community that is of the horror relations. Wow, that was a bad intro. What's up, fellas? How's it going? Alexa is saying broke in Terrifier 3. I'm going to be broke after Terrifier 3, let me tell you, because that popcorn bucket looks too damn cool. Your boy wants it. Your boy wants it so bad, but I got no money. Oh, man. Let me find the picture of this thing so y'all can see what I'm talking about here. In case you didn't see my new video, which I will shame you for, frankly. Just a little bit. You know, not a lot, but a little bit. Oh, I actually put it in my Terrifier 3 folder with pictures specifically for this reason. There we go. I'm throwing it up there. I don't care. This is worth the wait. I'm telling you, it's worth the wait. There we go. Look at that. I got to change the lighting on my setup anyways because I just realized it's wrong. Yeah, okay. We got to appreciate that for like 2 seconds. All right. And there we go. Now we got live stream lighting. There we go. Badass. Nice. But there we go. That was your moment of appreciation for a bucket made out of Art's face. Arthur Claus's face, I should say at that. Jackie, what's up, fella? You can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm so thankful that you're here hanging out with us tonight. Thanks for hanging. Appreciate you a bunch. Marley Kai 2000, Big Fish. Speaking of Big Fish, there's Dawson's Creek hanging out with us saying, just got my tickets for Terrifier 3 that just came out for my theater. Very nice. Awesome. I'm glad that you get to see it in theaters, my friend. You don't have to wait till it goes to streaming. I know it's going to be in a lot more theaters across, like the United States and different countries and stuff. So more and more people are going to be able to experience Art the Clown on the big screen. Victoria could be unalived in Terrifier 3. I'm going to give it like a good 10 minutes into the stream before I just start using my crappy language. There, see how I censored myself a little bit? Don't worry, that's gonna end in a good couple of minutes here. But yeah, I'm with you. I think Victoria is not gonna make it. I got a feeling that bathtub full of blood is some kind of satanic sacrifice. So we'll see what that's all about, Pro King 11. Dude, thank you so much for being a member. I appreciate you. Same to you, Easty VR. But damn, you gotta roast me in the comment section like this. There's no way bro put an HHT ad in the video. I made it fun. Do people not put sponsorship segments in their videos? That's the same thing. I'm sponsored by myself today. Get wrecked. But watch the new Horror Hot Takes video. It rocks. It's so much fun. So I put a little sponsor segment in my new video, and I'm getting dragged for it already. Damn. It's a fun episode, though. I really liked it. Really liked making this one on A Nightmare on Elm Street, suggested by The Ribbit, who I don't know if they're here tonight, but I really appreciate the suggestion. Great movie to talk about and do a little silly commentary over. RJ Skarenki is saying, let's talk some horror tonight. I'm so excited. Me too, RJ! I'm so excited. I don't even need this coffee. You see how much energy I got right now? I don't need this. But I'm gonna drink it anyways, RJ. We're gonna see how crazy it gets. Maybe my heart explodes. It might be a fun night. It might be a real crazy night too. Erica, what's up, fella? How's it going? Thanks for being a member. Appreciate you. And thank you for that little wrench icon next to your name there. That means you're helping out on the streams and making things work and all that, and making sure people stay in line. which sometimes, sometimes you gotta make sure. So I appreciate that a bunch, Erica. Your services mean a lot to old Jake. I salute you, soldier. Anyways, Rayon is saying, Rayon Shawabaka, maybe? Did I hit that right? I don't know. But you're a Terrifier fan, and I love that about you, my friend. Terrifier 3 is going to be so crazy. Hell yes, it is. I want to see Arthur Claus rip people's organs out and have a good time swinging them around. I don't know, maybe he makes a little hula hoop out of organs, I think that would be fun. Let's see Art the Clown in Hawaii next time. Paula Fitzhenry is saying she's going to be home in a minute. Thank you so much for being here, and hopefully you make it home safe, my friend. But I appreciate you dropping in. Thanks for being a member, too. Riv Go Crazy, hello. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, fella? Welcome in. Wild Boy Movies is saying perfect background noise while editing a YouTube video. Also, I'm going to be broke because of those popcorn buckets. Me too, my friend. I feel that. It's funny whenever people are like, I put this on for background noise. I'm like, I really appreciate that. But like, I don't know. I don't know if Jake ASMR works for you in that case. I like to scream and get so excited about horror movies. If that works for you though, rock on. No judgment at all. That's great. I just like to I get really excited on these streams. And sometimes I'm late to these streams as I'm once again getting dragged for in the comments. Y'all are so negative tonight. Let's get the positivity up. Gosh, Madison. Jeez. Wow. Imagine being late to your own live stream. Ugh. I was a minute late and I was making coffee. And I can't, I had a conversation just now that was important. It only took 30 seconds. Brutal. Getting dragged here by my own girlfriend too is dragging me in the comments. Brutal. What's up, Noel? How's it going? Finally came early. Appreciate that. And look at this. Rudawaya. I like to call this person ayahuasca because I think that's funny. And if you know what that is, don't tell the children in the chat that. That's what I'll say. But I'm so glad both of you are here. You finally made it to some streams, and you finally came to the ones early, too. So awesome stuff. Thank you for being a member, my friend. Appreciate you. Necromechanimal is here, who makes some dope graphics for these streams sometimes. I really do appreciate you a bunch anytime you do those. I loved the late night with the Davey stream that you did. That was so cool. So thanks for being here, my friend. Appreciate you a bunch. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Blythen. I can't stress how much I love this profile picture from this fella here. It's so creepy. I love it. Hi, how's it going? What's up, bro? Appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out tonight. The time is just a suggestion, like speed limits. See, that's what I'm saying, Erica. The suggestion is to go 60 on the highway, but no one's stopping you from going 100. I mean, there literally is people stopping you from going 100, but no, don't do that. I'm kidding. Don't go 100 on the highway. I kid. Killjoy Jake is kidding. What's up, Kill Daddy Jake? What's up, MT? How you doing? Money time? You got both, my friend. What's up, fella? I don't know. I tried to give you a weird compliment there. That's all I got. What's up? What's up? Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Thanks for being here. Davey Deathray, happy Monday, Jake. Hope everyone in the chat is having a good start to their week. Hell yeah, dog. It's been a good start. It's been fun. I got to get in the gym today a little bit. I made a video. Now I'm streaming. And then tomorrow night, Davey, you and I are going to be streaming a little bit, talking about horror news, movies we're excited for, a lot of good stuff. So come check out me and Davey, have a little conversation on the page tomorrow night. It's going to be very fun. I think we're starting at 8, if I'm not mistaken. 8 o'clock, so a little later of a stream. I think we're only going to go for an hour, but stop on by. It's going to be fun. Rivgo Crazy is also waving. Hello, hello, hello. What's up? I might have said hello to you already. I did, but you waved again. And you know what? I just like waving at my friends. So what's up, fella? Thanks for being here. Broken Hearted. Hey, Jake. What's up? You know what's up. You already know what's up, Broken Hearted. We're vibing out. We're talking a little bit about horror. We're having fun. That's what's going on. So thanks for being here, my friend. Eternal Night Cinema. Hey, Jake. Yo, Eternal Night Cinema. What's up? What's up? How you doing? How you doing? I like that profile picture. Is that like different phases of the moon, like in there, or what? Am I just an idiot and I don't know what's going on? We have 69 people in the chat. Let's go. Very nice. My favorite number. We got 70 now, which makes me a little sad, but that's okay. Layla White, what's up, fella? Hey, Jake, thanks for going live today. Of course. I just got an online flight with that vegan teacher. I wish I was lying, but it was a little funny, but this is going to make my day better. That's a story right there. All right. Are you just hanging out with a teacher of yours who is vegan? Is that what you're telling me right now? That rocks. I mean, that's really specific, but I hope you're having fun, Layla, and have a good time. You're on a flight with internet. You got some crazy money, Layla. That's awesome. That shit's expensive. But have fun. Have a good trip wherever you're going with this vegan teacher. Dear God. John Kramer is saying, hey, Jake, I can't wait for October 18th, December 25th, January 17th, September 5th, September 26th, and December 5th. These are all release dates for upcoming horror movies. I know a couple of these. So Smile 2, Nosferatu, The Wolfman, September 5th of next year. That one's escaping me a little bit. I believe September 26th of 2025 is Saw 11 though, right? Maybe? And December 5th of 2020, that one I'm not 100% on. September 5th, 2025. What's coming out that day, fellas? Help out Jake here with that one. That one I'm really not 100% sure on. But dude, rock on. John Kramer, I'm so excited for a lot of these movies too. I'm dying for that new Saw, speaking of which, and that Wolfman trailer was awesome. Kind of forgot to cover it in today's video because I just forgot. I'm just going to be real. Yeah, completely dropped the ball on that one. I meant to talk a little bit about it. I think I'm going to do a reaction to the trailer though, because I'm gonna start up this. I'm thinking about starting up a reaction page, because why not? Why not do that? Might be fun. There's a lot of things that I'd like to cover like in real time, like as fast as I possibly can, and a reaction is typically the best way to do that versus a breakdown. So kind of start thinking about doing that. So maybe I break down that trailer at some point. I don't care if it's old now, if it's old news, I'm still gonna cover it. APVR, what's up, fella? How's it going? I want to say, I know you're a big fan of VR. We've talked about this before in the past. But if you ever make VR content, let me know. I love VR content so much. But thanks for being a member, my friend. Thanks for being here. Universal Disappointment, what's up, Jake? Playing Dead by Daylight right now, getting my ass kicked by a bitch-ass Xeno. Hope you're well. Dude, the Xenomorphs are brutal in that game. We were playing, Madison and I were playing last night, and I recorded a little bit of it. I swear to God, the ghost faces in that game are so brutal. I got nothing. Like, anytime it's Ghostface, I'm done for. I'm like, I love Ghostface in movies, but in this fucking game, I hate this guy. He kicks my ass every single time. But the Xenomorphs are rough too, my friend. Good luck to you. Juke him out. That's all I can say. Juke him out. Make it happen. Escape if you can. Timothy Meads is kissing Dogpool again. Love this. What's up, Jake? Can't wait to get me one of those Arthur Claus popcorn buckets. How is your day going? Better now that I know that we're getting an Arthur Claus popcorn bucket. I'm so excited. This black coffee is finally cool enough for me to drink. So, you know, I know I probably come off as low energy right now. This is going to fix that. Thank God. But dude, I'm so excited for that popcorn bucket. I am picking that up as soon as humanly possible. I don't believe it's, I should have said this in my video today, but again, I'm saying it now at least. I don't believe it's available for pre-order yet. Damian Leone did not say that it was there quite yet, but it's happening. It's coming soon. I'm gonna pick that fucker up. Let me tell you. I'm also, the Splattercast boys sent me a link to this website where you can buy the Christmas tree glasses from the trailer, and I'm totally checking that out too. Can't wait. That's awesome. How much is the bucket? It's probably gonna be like 25, 30 bucks if I had to guess. That's how much like these bad boys were back here. I got the Billy the Puppet one and the Ghostface one. The Ghostface one was a gift though. I only bought that one myself, but it was up there, man. It was a little pricey. Whew. You just watched the new video. I appreciate you. You're the best. Hugs and kisses. Oh, Bunny is saying the Santa kill might be worse than the shower scene. I hope so. I hope they're all just topping each other the whole movie. Nothing would make me happier, my friend. That'd be so cool. 50 Shades of Mayan is saying very badass. Same to you, my friend. Very badass all the way around. What's up? What's up? Noah Atkinson is saying, what's up, Jake? I'm watching Beetlejuice tomorrow at 7 p.m. Oh my God, enjoy. Have so much fun with that movie. I had a blast with it. I think it's a really good time. It's got some pretty obvious flaws, but man, sometimes that doesn't matter. Sometimes you're just having so much fun with the movie. You can look past some of the stuff. But I had a really good time with BJ2. That's what I'm going to call it, to make it just a little more uncomfortable. BJ2, great time. Had a really good watch with it. Did a little review on it in one of my most recent videos. So give that a watch if you want to know Jake's thoughts without spoilers. I put like, there's like one detail I put in there. It's not really a spoiler because it doesn't directly affect the plot. But I did end up talking about how they handled a certain character's absence. And why I have criticisms of it, but check it out, give it a watch. That's the only thing that I would say I spoil, but then again, I don't think I really spoiled. I don't think I really spoiled anything because again, I don't think it affects the plot. Richard B is with us tonight. What's up, fella? Saying, Jake, I think the art popcorn bucket should be art from the beginning of T2 with the one eye and have that entry point for the popcorn be his gunshot wound at the back of his bloody head. That's hilarious. Do like you know, like the Dune popcorn buckets? They had like the thing that you could reach your hand into, but it was like, had all those like plastic bits around in the sandworm's mouth. You could do that, but with like fleshy pieces on the back of Art's skull so you can just get in there, you know? That would be nasty. I love this idea, Richard. They should have had you in the room when coming up with the idea for it. I love this. This is fantastic, dude. Great stuff all around, Richard. Thank you so much for your support, my friend. Thanks for being here tonight. Stupid Fizz, I don't think you're that stupid, my friend. I think you're just regular Fizz. Maybe above average Fizz, even. What's up, fella? How's it going? I have a feeling that Art is going to kidnap Sienna in Terrifier 3. So, throw me the rest of that, my friend. We gotta start here. But why? Where are they going? Oh, you know what else is going on here? He did kidnap Jonathan in the last movie, so I'm not putting it past him. But I'm curious what your thought process is with all that. Theory: Terrifier 3 doesn't actually exist. Art the Clown made a fake trailer. That's a brutal theory. There's a lot of theories I want to see come true. That is not one of them. Stereo Crow 1954 is saying Art the Clown haters in shambles right now. They say he'll never be a horror icon, but now he has a popcorn bucket. I don't even think Michael or Jason or Freddy got a bucket. I think you're right, Stereo Crow. I'm just saying. I mean, listen, you know, what I will say is we do have a few people that are part of the channel that are not crazy about Terrifier, and I respect it. Listen, I respect everyone's opinions. But I will say, you know, I've gotten a few comments where people are like, Art the Clown will never be an icon. And I'm just like I just don't know how to take stuff like that. I'm like, Art the Clown is so popular right now. Love him or hate him, like he is dominating the horror community right now. People are so down for Art the Clown. And I love that rhymed. But seriously, I mean, seriously, man, you can't go to a horror convention. And every single horror convention I have ever been to, which mind you has only been like 3 or 4 so far. I have seen countless people wearing Terrifier 3 shirts, or Terrifier 2 shirts, Terrifier 3 stuff, whatever. They're so excited for this new movie. And like, again, if you're not crazy about Terrifier, I respect it, man. Like, it's definitely not for everybody. But it is strange that we have a lot of people just saying things like, he's not an icon. He'll never be an icon. And I'm just like, you don't want new icons? Like, listen, all mad respect to Freddy Krueger, Jason, Michael, and that's great and all. You know what I mean? We love these icons to death, but saying that there's just never going to be another horror icon, I don't know. That's just crazy to me. It's weird, in my opinion. I want more icons. I want more people to be that big. You know what I mean? But again, you know, there's no Art the Clown without Freddy Krueger. No one's disagreeing with that, I don't think. I mean, Damien Leone has even said that. He's a silent Freddy Krueger. So it's like, yeah, rock on, man. There's inspiration there. So yeah, Freddy Krueger rocks, man. I mean, he's always going to be one of the biggest horror icons. But to say that Art the Clown's not, I don't know, man. He's clearly very popular. Love him or hate him. Ty Lee is saying, I just watched the original Maniac last night, and with much deliberation, have decided the remake I feel is just slightly better, but they are close. Man, it's been a while since I've watched those, but I do really like both of them a bunch. I watched the original Maniac when I first was getting into this page, and then maybe like 2 years ago, I want to say, like right before I started live streaming on this page, I watched the remake. And they're great. It's great stuff. Excellent stuff all around. A is saying, glad I caught the stream, bro. Didn't realize you were on. Hope your week is good. Gonna go see Speak No Evil on Thursday. Same here. I kind of set up the stream late. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a weird day, setup wise. I wasn't gonna do a whole lot today, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck it, let's make a video and a live stream. I found some time. So I kind of set up everything a little late, but we're doing a lot of streams this week. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time. And yeah, Thursday night, I'm seeing Speak No Evil. Your boy will be doing a review on Friday. I'll probably be doing a dedicated review video to just that too. I know I've been kind of, you know, putting the reviews and the update videos, but that's one where I'm like, I could see having a lot to say about that, considering that it's a remake of a movie I really like. So. Madison Kazmarski is saying, please don't forget to hit that dislike button if you haven't done so already. Madison is actively working against me here in these streams. I don't know why. I mean, she benefits from all of this. So I couldn't tell you. I think she's just an agent of chaos, and that's just where we're at with this one. But damn. Oh my God. Mr. L, thank you for the $2, my friend. Thoughts on the Wolfman design? Oh man, this is a can of worms, baby. It's like a big old nasty can of worms we got right here, Mr. L. Dude, first of all, thank you for the support again. And here's what's complicated about this. Obviously, we have not seen the actual Wolfman design. We've seen the fucking guy at Universal Studios in a plastic spirit Halloween mask running around pretending to be scary. So it's kind of tough to say, right? Like, if we base it off of that, yeah, that sucks. It looks like they pulled that out of the bargain bin from Spirit Halloween on November 1st. It looks terrible. No way is that what's going to be in the movie, though. I mean, listen, if it was anybody else directing, if this was like a Jeff Wadlow picture or something like that, or just like, man, random shade towards Jeff Wadlow, sorry. I was not crazy about Imaginary, sorry. But my point is, this is Lee Winnell we're talking about, man. I mean, this is the guy that made Upgrade in 2018. This is the guy that made Invisible Man in 2020. This is the guy that wrote the first 3 Saw movies, the first 4 Insidious flicks, which personally I like all 4 of them. I know they have some down spots, some hills and valleys in that franchise for sure. But man, I mean, Lee Winnell is not going to put out some half-ass garbage design Wolfman movie. You know what I mean? I can't see that. I actually really like the Invisible Man design, even though we don't get to see it much in the 2020 movie. And I mean, that again, we don't get to see it much. We see it for, what, 5-6 minutes of screen time? If that? And it's really well thought out and interesting and cool. So I imagine the Wolfman design, which we're definitely going to see more of, in this upcoming movie, if I were to guess, it's going to look a little better than that Universal thing. And also, just based on the trailer, man, I thought it was awesome. I really thought the trailer had some cool vibes to it, had some exciting stuff going on there. And I don't know, man. I really think this is going to be a better movie than what some people are saying it's going to be. So fingers crossed. Again, you know, we have only really seen that first little teaser trailer. I want to see more before I'm there. So we'll see what's up. But Mr. L, thank you for the $2. Appreciate you a bunch. Thank you. Mr. Rick is saying, good evening. Are you excited for Speak? Speak? No Evil? No, I'm just messing with you. For Speak No Evil, I hope it's better than the first one. It's okay, but I hope they go a different direction with this one. Oh, okay, you weren't crazy about the international movie. Okay, hey, listen, rock on, man. It's not for everybody. That's another one that I feel like is really brutal. I feel like, here's my problem, though. Like, I'm all about, you know, Blumhouse making movies and whatever, but I just feel like they're going to water down the original flick. And that, to me, I'm not really interested in seeing a watered down version of that movie because it is so brutal. In my opinion, the only way that this one's going to impress me is if Speak No Evil is more brutal than the original, or, you know, again, takes it down a different direction that makes sense. And I've heard some things from the cast and crew that don't have me super excited. I don't know. It sounds like it's going to be really in your face with some commentary there, which, like, my thoughts are I'm all about social commentary in horror movies, but like the way they did it back in the day, I just feel like is way more powerful, where it's not like in your face the whole time. And it's like, but it's still there, right? It's still there. Black Christmas, I think, is the one of the best examples of this ever. It is such effective commentary, feminism commentary that I think is done so well. But then, you know, you'll have stuff nowadays where it dominates a movie. It's just in your face the whole time, and they kind of like forget to tell a story. So I don't know. Like, for me, it's like, is this just going to be like the remake of the original that is a little more subtle and then just like pushing it full force into your face? I don't know. That's kind of the biggest thing I'm worried about based on some interviews I've seen from like James McAvoy and our new director here. But we'll see what's up. I hope it's good. I hope it rocks. I really do. I am rooting for it, even though I've seen that trailer 1,000 times now. And that never bodes well. That never bodes well whenever we see a trailer like 100 million, 1,000 times. Like, I mean, The Flash, Imaginary, what other movies did they advertise to death before we saw them? Aquaman, honestly, the Aquaman sequel. Oh my God, I saw so many previews for that, and I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, I'm just not interested, dog. But I hope this one's good. I'm seeing it Thursday night, and we'll just have to see. I got to give the original a rewatch though, because it's been a minute. It's been a long time. I think I saw that one back when it came out in 2022, but we'll see. We'll see what's up. Unpaid Movie Critic is asking, how is Smile 2 going to top the first film? Because I kind of already know what the monster looks like from the end of the first film. I imagine they can do more with it, right? There's more that they can do with the with this idea. We're already seeing teases of that in the trailer too. I think it is going to be a little bit of a different film, but it's also like going down this like Flatliners thing, which is kind of weird to me. Like they're clearly doing a Flatliners thing, and I just wish they wouldn't have given that away in the trailer. But I don't know. I'm here to see what that's all about. We'll see what's up. We'll see if it does do something new, or if it just kind of tells the same story again, but with more money. I hope not. I hope there's more to it. But we'll see. We'll see what's up. Unpaid Movie Critic. I hope it outdoes its predecessor. There's definitely room for improvement. I liked the first Smile, but it can be done better. Nerdbox, what's up, fella? How's it going? What's up? I love my fellas over at Nerdbox. They got some good content over there. You can thank these people for the popcorn bucket, by the way. the Terrifier 3 one. So our modern day horror icons, Leslie Vernon, Sam, and Art the Clown. I love it. Hey, we got something, right? We got some icons. Leslie Vernon deserves more love too. Such an excellent movie that does not get enough cred. That one's great. Sam, I mean, come on. Sam is an icon. You can't even argue with that. I see him at Spirit Halloween every single year. Love little Sam. He just wants some candy. He's an innocent little guy. And of course, Art the Clown, who's fantastic as always. Raymond Lowe, thank you so much for the support, my friend, saying, hey, Jake, how are you? I'm fantastic, my friend. I got a big old cup of coffee and a whole bunch of horror thoughts on the brain. So I'm here for it. But dude, thanks for the support, my friend. And I still love your 3D creepy picture of Bart Simpson as your profile picture. It scares me every time, and I love that. So thanks for being here, my friend. Appreciate you. Jack Bates is saying, I love Terrifier 2, but Terrifier 1 is just kind of okay to me. It's fun, but it doesn't do much for me. Terrifier 2 seems to be what Terrifier was going for, but due to the budget, they could never achieve. I kind of think that even Damien Leone would probably agree with you there. It seems like All Hallows Eve and Terrifier were trying to just get the idea of Art the Clown out there, trying to be like, hey, this could be an icon. Give us more money to tell an actual story around this guy. That's why I look at Terrifier 2 as like, that's the first movie. Terrifier 1 is just kind of like the preliminary events to get us to part 2, right? Let's establish our killer a certain way and then start to get into the story with the sequel. That's how I look at it, at least. But Jack, I do agree. I think Terrifier 2 is a major step up from its predecessor. I still like Terrifier 1 a lot. Like, the gore is a lot of fun. The acting's goofy, but I'm still here for it, man. I still vibe with it. I definitely like it more having seen Terrifier 2, though. That is for sure how. Like, I feel like going back and watching that first one, you kind of see more things that they were clearly trying to do, but just couldn't with the, $35,000 that they had. So I have a lot of appreciation for Terrifier 1, but yeah, Terrifier 2, definitely better in my opinion. Tried watching the Child's Play remake again, shut it off 10 minutes in on the first attempt. Ooh, and I'm just struggling to get into it or care at all. That's, I'm not crazy about the Child's Play remake either. I think that opening scene is just rough, not a good way to start that movie. But I will say, I think it gets better as it goes on. I love the kills in the movie. I don't like the Buddy doll at all. I think the design is super ugly and not in like a good way, but like a Minecraft sheep way. Like the same way we're complaining about that right now. That's kind of how I feel about the Buddy doll. I don't mind Mark Hamill voicing the character. Honestly, my biggest number one issue with it is what they set up in the opening scene. It's like, it's just a doll where, for whatever reason, in its, computer, there's a switch that turns it into an evil psycho killer. Like, what? I don't know. The original movie is so much more campy and fun and over the top. It's a serial killer that puts his soul into a doll. That's fucking crazy. What? I love that. That's way more intriguing to me than just we flipped on the killer switch because some guy was pissed off. I don't know. I think there's a lot more to the original that I appreciate more than the remake, but it is definitely a different film for sure. Sister Pam is with us tonight. What's up, Sister Pam? How's it going? Art the Clown absolutely is already an icon. Ladies and gentlemen, Sister Pam has some great theories on Scream 7. I love it. I love the creativity over on her page a bunch. So thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I appreciate you. Thank you. And I Art the Clown being an icon too. Some great opinions all around. I love it. Thanks for being here. Gangster Bro, thanks for being a member, my friend. Saying, with games getting the film treatment, I'd love a COD Zombies movie franchise. So much potential for wackiness and B-movie action. Ooh. I'm here for that. I'm here for all of that. That'd be fun. Be fun as fuck. I think the COD Zombies has a lot of great character moments too. Like especially in like Black Ops or like one of the older Zombies games. There's a lot of potential for characters and yeah, the whole movie being centered around them for sure. I can see that happening. That would be fun. Mike Chunky Jordy has just gifted a Killjoy Jake membership, and I am behind in the chat. Oh my god. But Mike Chunky Jordy, thank you so much for doing that. I really do appreciate it. Who got that? That was Layla White, who's with her vegan teacher right now. Very, very nice. Rock on. Mike Chunky Jordy, I appreciate that so much. I'm gonna give away some free memberships too, because I'm feeling it. And I still have 5 more that I can gift. So, bam, they're gifted. All right. Now, before we talk about who got those gifts, Fort Misery Gaming has been a member for 3 months. Holy shit, Fort Misery. Thank you so much for the support, my friend. Saying, Jake, so excited. Halloween Horror Nights 33 weekend for me you're going on Sunday. Hell yeah. And you're so pumped for Insidious. They say it's the best house this year. Oh my God, I bet that's going to be cool. I'm so hyped up for you, my friend. I wish I could go with you. Please take me with you. That would be so much fun. This is a cry for help. No, I hope you have a great time though. Seriously, that sounds so awesome. I'm so jealous because they have an Insidious house this year. You know, there's going to be some sick, like, you know, red-faced demon jump scares and all that bullshit. I'm so excited for you. I got to do the Michael Myers house a couple years ago, and that was so much fun. Oh, that was so cool. But I'm jealous, but I'm wishing you just an incredibly fun Sunday. Have a good time going through those houses. It's gonna be awesome. Jake, thoughts on The Heretic? I'm excited for. Honestly, it's an A24 horror movie, so I'm excited for it. But I love those. I know some people are like, they're terrible. I can't get into them. They just do it for me, man. They tickle me the right way. But I will say The Heretic looks like kind of like a weird A24 Saw knockoff. I don't know how to feel about it. They literally use the same song from the Saw X trailer, which is like that I breathe, that fucking song. And then it's also about an old guy putting young people into a trap because he doesn't agree with them. So I don't, I'm just kind of like, this just feels like not Saw. So I'm gonna check it out though. Maybe it's good. I'm hearing it's got some decent reviews, so that has me excited. But I hope it's good. Honestly, I hope it's good. I really do. I've seen a few A24 horror movies this year. I wasn't crazy about all of them, but I did love, I saw the TV Glow. That was like, oh my God, that knocked me out. That was awesome. That's one of my favorite horror films of the year. So I would love to see A24 hopefully top themselves with some other weird projects they got coming up. They got that Y2K movie, which I'm excited for. And that, honestly, I'm excited to check that out. So we'll see. Unpaid Movie Critic is so hyped for Smile 2, Speak No Evil, Nosferatu. Jake, do you think this year is going to be another huge win for horror films? Oh, it already has. I mean, listen, in my opinion, I liked the horror movies from 2022 and 2023 more. But I mean, listen, with Longlegs making over $100 million at the box office, that's crazy, dude. That's huge. That's one of the biggest things for horror in a very long time. I'm very happy about that for sure. I think I was a little more hyped up when Terrifier 2 was able to do that for indie movies back in 2022, just because I really like that movie. I'm at the point where I like Longlegs after watching it again recently, but I don't love it. I don't love it. I'm definitely like, okay, this is like a 6 out of 10 for me. Like I'm up there with it. I think I was like 5 out of 10 before. I'm moved up to a 6 out of 10. I still don't love it, but I'm very happy that it has made so much money because that means that other studios are going to be like, hey, people want original horror flicks. Who knew? It's not like there's, like 100,000, horror YouTube channels begging for that every single day. I don't know, what the fuck do I know? No, but this has been a huge win for horror films this year for sure. The 2020s are going to go down in history as a very good time for the genre for sure. And another little story that I feel like people are forgetting about is, in terms of religious horror, which I'm not even that crazy about, Immaculate, dude. That's a huge win. I mean, whether you like that movie or not, again, it's a huge win. This is one I did tend to like a little more. But I love the fact that this movie got resurrected after like basically being canned. And Sydney Sweeney was like, I'll throw some money at that. Let's get that finished. And then it came out this year. Bam. That's awesome. That's an indie horror movie that got resurrected from the grave. That's a big win, in my opinion. Again, it's one of those situations where it's like, whether you like that or not, if you like indie horror, that's a big deal. So these are things we have to get excited about. We have to keep talking about. Otherwise, it would make me so sad to have these stories fly under the radar. And then people are like, let's just keep making our franchise continuations. It's like, okay, I like franchise continuations, but I also want originals. These franchise continuations came from somewhere, dog. They came from original movies a long time ago that people love. So we gotta keep that train rolling. We can't just rely on sequels all the time. Mr. Ellis saying, I'm nunned out with the Conjuring franchise. Give me the Crooked Man. I wish they didn't cancel that project. That would have been so fun to see for sure. Major bummer. If they make The Nun 3, I'm losing my mind. Duke the Comedic Creep is saying, what's your favorite Halloween movie? Probably the original. It's just so vibey. The atmosphere is unmatched. It's great. I'm trying to think. The one I watched the most, I really like Kills. I watched that one a lot. I think it's one of the most fun in the whole franchise. Kills is fantastic. 2018 is my favorite sequel, though, probably. But there's so many good answers to that question. I feel, oh, that coffee's fucking me up. But hell yeah, Duke Comedic Creep, thank you so much for being a supporter. Appreciate you a bunch. I got to catch up in this chat a little bit because, oh my God, we're behind. Getting together with my witch buddies, we dress as witches and get together and drink scotch. That is a fantastic story, Villain Killin' Dylan. Have so much fun being a witch tonight with scotch. This is a combination of things I was not expecting to hear on the stream, but I hope you have so much fun doing that, Dylan. That sounds awesome. Sweet. Hell yeah, dog. I like your cup, Jake. It's insane. Thank you so much. Little ghost face cup. I'm drinking blood out of here, not really coffee. It's virgin blood, so it tastes better. That's so fucked up. I'm kidding. Andrew is saying, I think 1 is a little better than 2, but not by much. Ooh, hot take about Terrifier. I know some people do really like Terrifier 1 more because it's a little more brutal, but I just, like, me personally, I'm someone, I need a story. I need a story, a protagonist to latch onto, or it's just tough for me to care at a certain point. And there's a part in, like, I want to say, like, the back half of Terrifier 1 where it's kind of like, okay, you're losing me a little bit, you know? I love this fucking clown, but the story's all over the place. Mr. Vanilla is saying, finally caught alive, already hit the like button. Let's get spooky. Dude, thank you so much for being here, Mr. Vanilla. I fucking love your profile picture, by the way. Is that like a tattoo you have? Because that's sick as fuck, dog. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hitting that like button. I appreciate it. I'm so glad that you weren't one of the people that hit the dislike button. So thank you. We have those people, unfortunately. ASMR Nocturnal is saying, Jake, have you seen any of the bloody murder movies, Jason types? Isn't that like from the thousands? Is that like a 2000s horror franchise, right? And it's kind of like, it's a similar mask to Jason. Is that one? Yay, nay, no? I'm not 100% sure if I have not seen these, but like I've definitely seen a poster of like Jason knockoff slasher movies from like the thousands. That might be what you're talking about. But then again, I don't know. ASMR Nocturnal though, rock on. I got to add these to my watch list for sure. Paula, how's it going? I said hi to you earlier. I don't know if you were in the stream or not. You might have been getting home still. But what's up, fella? How's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Thanks for talking a little horror with old Jake. You're welcome, Sister Pam. You're welcome a bunch. Thanks for being a part of the stream tonight. Appreciate you. Joseph G is saying, do you think the opening is the asylum or Jennifer's house? Because in the interview, David makes it seem like the opening is the scene with the kid. Yeah, I'm trusting David with this one. I had a few people say, I don't like Jake. It doesn't make sense for the scene with Jennifer to be the opening scene of Terrifier 3. Well, like, you're right chronologically, but I don't think Terrifier 3 tells its story in a certain order, right? Like, they're teasing to us that Art the Clown's going to be in Santa gear in this movie. So I imagine, like, why not start the movie off with that? That might be fun. And it might not also be exactly what you'd expect, which is kind of what I want. I don't know if I want Terrifier 3 to be formatted exactly in the same way as Terrifier 2, right? Which did take place right where the last one left off, which was fun. I'm not against that at all, but I'm also not against having an opening scene that takes place in the middle of the massacre either. I think that could be fun. That could be interesting with the way they do it. But yeah, David Howard Thornton made it seem like that scene is the opening, and Art the Clown is very clearly in the Christmas gear and all that. So I feel like that we're gonna jump around the timeline a lot in Terrifier 3. This is something that I feel like some people are gonna like, some people aren't gonna like. I'm here for it though. I think it's gonna be fun. We're going to see some brutal kills, and it's going to be kind of all over the place story-wise. But I'm here for it. I'm here to see how this franchise gets bigger and tells more complicated stories in new movies. Because that's kind of, I don't want the same story over and over again. I don't want to just be Sienna kicks the shit out of Art the Clown and we're just wrapping it up again, you know? Like, I think there's more they can do here. So I'm excited to see what that ends up being. Now, I just gifted some memberships. Let's talk about these fellows who got those. That was Lawrence, Emily S., Mario Enigma, Manny's Matic Media, which is, I just love that little alliteration there, and Awesome Destroyer have all been gifted memberships. Well, welcome to the fold, fellas. Thank you for sipping on the Kool-Aid with old Jake. Appreciate you a bunch. Welcome to the cult. Enjoy the Horror Hot Take series if you're interested. Chechi BC is saying, Jake, nice to see you. It's nice to see you, my friend. What's your theory of who Art is? If he is a demon, he knows the human traditions very well, like eating cookies and milk, etc. I'm confused. My theory is that I'm basing this a lot off of what the ending credit, the end scene of Terrifier 2, what it was supposed to be. But we learned from a Reddit AMA with, I think it was like Damien Leone and Chris Jericho and a bunch of other people from the cast, that the original like end credits scene was going to be Art the Clown busting through Victoria's skull and like coming back to life, right? But they had to change it because that was the same ending, or same twist, I should say, in James Wan's Malignant that came out in 2021. So like what I think is going on, why they ended it that way, is because earlier in the film they talk about how the dad character had a tumor and then it like made him go crazy and he like, you know, did that to himself. So why, what's going on there? Why are they keeping that such a mystery? Why is it so cryptic? I think it's because like he had like an Art the Clown growing out of his brain and he knew somehow and wanted to do that so it wouldn't happen. I'm really bouncing around certain words I can't say on YouTube here, but that's my guess, because like, why would they set that up earlier in the film and then have that be the ending? Like, that just tells me everything we need to know. And in a way, I'm actually kind of glad they changed the ending, because I feel like it's way more cryptic now. Because they didn't do that. It's like, oh, well, now it's still up to interpretation. That's what I think is going on. Art the Clown is some kind of like virus that like, I don't know, some kind of demonic virus that spreads through maybe getting too close to a portal to hell. I'm not sure, but I think that could be the case, but they still have the room to change it in case that's not the route that they want to go, which I think is really interesting. Because they changed that ending, they don't have to go down that route. Art the Clown could be something else entirely, but again, we'll have to see where they end up going with it. That's just my theory for right now. I'm sure Terrifier 3 is going to add some kind of little sprinkle into that to make it something different, maybe change the theory entirely, but I'm excited to find out on October 11th, my friend. That's my theory as of right now, though. Maybe some new trailers will come out that change my mind on that, but I'll tell you what, Terrifier 3's trailer really has me going on the whole angels and demons thing, so we'll see what's up. Patrick Starr, what's up, fella? Thanks for the $5. Appreciate you a bunch. Have you seen the hidden horror gem film 27 Dresses? I still chuck under my bed for Katherine Heigl. That's so funny. 27 Dresses. Is this a horror film, or are you fucking with me? I'm like, wait, isn't this like a goofier movie? Yeah. I'm like, hang on a minute now. Yeah, my girlfriend would love this movie. We just watched Mamma Mia over the weekend, and I'm like, that's the scariest horror film I've seen in a very long time. This seems like it would be right up her alley. There we go. No, that's awesome, man. You know what? I would likely also be terrified of this one, Patrick. So there's no shame in that. You know what's scarier than 26 Dresses? 27. Jesus fucking Christ. Patrick, thank you so much for the $5 though. I really do appreciate you. I'm gonna have to watch this one this weekend. I'm gonna have to tell Madison about that one, because I bet she would love that movie. Oh my God. Rude Awaya is saying, Jake, do you love Scream 6 or Terrifier 2 more? Like definitely Terrifier 2, because I think Scream 6 has its problems. Scream 6 to me is a really guilty pleasure movie. I love it because it does things that I've been like wanting to see the Scream franchise do for the longest time. But I'll even admit, as a fan of the film, it doesn't do it as well as I would like, right? I think that's something that a lot of people have come to realize about the film as we've watched it more and more times. Like, there's just some shortcomings in it that make me kind of sad, that I'm like, this would have been so much better had they just, simplified a little bit here and there. Terrifier 2 is a very simple story that's very effective. It doesn't have a lot of that like filler stuff in it that I'm just like, oh my God, okay, let's get over it. There's no nostalgia callbacks to the past, which I'm just like so sick of after seeing like 1,000 movies do that since like 2015. So I think that's the biggest thing that Terrifier 2 has over the most recent Scream films for me personally, is they just don't have they're not relying on the nostalgia for you to like what's going on screen. But had Scream 6 just leaned into the awesome story they were telling, that would have been an even better movie than it already was. So I personally really liked it, but it's so funny if you say anything positive about that movie online, people tear you down. They're like, that is the worst film ever made. Oh God. Why would they do that to my beloved franchise? And I'm just like, bro, oh my God. I don't know. To me, it wasn't offensively bad. It had some down spots for sure, but I still was like, I had a really good time watching this. I don't know. But hey, to each their own, as they say. But as a big fan of the franchise, I had a good time with it. Grumpy Gorehound, thank you for the $5, my friend, is saying if Terrifier 3 isn't going to be linear, then as long as it's not Damien's homage to Christopher Nolan's fondness for non-linear storytelling, I'll be fine. That is so fucking funny. Oh my god. Yeah, let's hope not. Let's hope that it's not a Terrifier 3 subtitled Tenet, because then it won't make any fucking sense and just be really convoluted. But I hope it's more so just like non-linear storytelling, you need a reason for it. I guess that's where I'm trying to get at, right? Pulp Fiction, I think, is a really good example of that, because they tell the story out of order and it makes certain scenes more suspenseful because you don't realize, or because you do realize what's going to happen to a character or you don't, depending on what scene in question, right? Like when it cuts back to John Travolta after he dies because Bruce Willis shoots him, you're like, oh shit, like that's where this is going, and that's why we're doing the whole duality of man thing with those two characters. But if we're going to talk about Pulp Fiction and how that story unfolds and why it's kind of why it's so brilliant, that we're going to be here all night talking just about that. But I think a really good comparison piece, honestly, is Strange Darling, but I can't get into why that movie's so brilliant without spoiling it. So what I'll say is go see Strange Darling and then tell me that nonlinear storytelling doesn't work. That's all I'm going to say. Tell me that it's always convoluted and always bad. You can't. I don't know. Strange Darling, brilliant the way that they told their film. There was a reason for it. And so long as there's a reason for it, I'm here for it. But Grumpy Gorehound, I agree. If they do something like where it's like Tenet, where I'm just like, I don't fucking understand why why this story is told this way, then I'm not gonna be into it. But we'll see. We'll see what's up. Grumpy Gorehound, that's so funny, my friend. Thank you for the $5. I really appreciate your support, man. 27 Dresses is a teen rom-com. Isn't it crazy to say that I've never seen it before? Patrick, I love that you're fucking with me, though. I do appreciate it. I had to double check because I'm pretty sure this is like a goofy teen movie, but hey, there we go. Nerdbox is saying the ending of Scream 6 killed it. Yeah, the ending's not great. The reveal's not awesome. But I think the action in the last act is awesome. I think Sam Carpenter's a fucking badass taking down those ghost faces. I'm here for that personally. Never gonna get sick and tired of something like that just in my opinion. Mr. Boone is saying Terrifier 2 is so much fun for the gore. Terrifier 1 was pretty awful though, not gonna lie. Again, I think I have a bigger respect for the first Terrifier after T2, just knowing where the story goes and how there is actually a story in T2. That has made me appreciate Terrifier 1 a little more, but I get it. They wanted to get the fucking guy out there. They wanted to be like, look at this. Look at this silly goofball. Look at Art the Clown. Look at this guy. He's so silly. Tell me that's not... If there's any moral to the story of Terrifier 1, it's look at this guy, he's so silly. Seriously, I mean, come on. He's great. He's hilarious. I love him. So... Oh, that's funny. Joe Burridge? I want to say like barrage, like mirage, but I don't know if that's right. What's up, Joe? How's it going? Thanks for being a channel member, man. Saying, I don't want to know too much about Art simply because he's an absolute madman that clearly has been infected by something or someone. Art was human at one point. Too much info equaling not scary in my opinion. I hear you. I hear you a bunch for sure. I don't want to know everything about Art the Clown. I do agree with you there. But I'm here to see the lore get expanded still. In Terrifier 3, which might be me asking for my cake and eating it too. But I think there's a way to do that. It's a careful line that you have to walk for sure. But there's a way to do it. There's a way to build on top of that without telling us too much. I already feel like Terrifier 3 is doing that by showing us that demon in the trailer. Like they're clearly getting into some Ninth Circle shit, which I should do a video on at some point this week. That would be so much fun to talk about that. That was clearly one of the bigger what the fuck moments of the trailer, right? But I think we're definitely getting into that in this movie. Otherwise, the demon thing, I don't know what's going on with that, Like what's going on with that fella? I'm pretty sure it's some Ninth Circle stuff, and we'll end up seeing here. But again, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I had this whole movie figured out already. Like, this is exactly what's going to happen. But I don't think we do. Again, I don't feel like this is going to be exactly what we learned about in the Ninth Circle. Like, this is going to be a new take on it, something fresh with Damien's fresh eyes, if that makes sense, right? So whoever the fuck this guy is, I feel like there's more to it than just what we already know from All Hallows Eve. But we'll see. We'll see what's up. I do agree though, if we know too much about it, it's not scary anymore, Joe. So I hope they don't do that. But I hope that it's something that builds on top of what makes art scary and fun to watch. That would be cool. Getting into some of his more supernatural abilities and all that. Anyways, legal forearm shots. What? Oh my God. Art is a demon. He sure is. I think he sure is, fella. I don't disagree with that at all. Jake, I think Art was originally born in that black liquid that was in Terrifier 2 and teased in the tub in T3, like as if it was baptized. He was baptized in it and it gave him some powers like not dying. Ooh, like an evil baptism. I really like that. That's fucked up. I could totally see that being the case. A lot of people's theory is that he was like some sort of killer before and then became supernatural. I'm on the fence with that. I'm here for it. Like, I think that's a really cool backstory, but like, it's got to connect to his dad somehow. So that's why I'm like, that's why I don't know. That's why I'm not 100% sure on what his actual origin is and who he is. I feel like he grew out of the dad's head, if I'm being real. I don't think he is the dad, but I feel like he was like a tumor or something that grew out of the back of his head, because that's all we know about the dad. And clearly the dude knew a lot about Art the Clown. So something's going on there, man. That's all I'm saying. Something's going on there. But I think we're gonna learn more about that specifically in Terrifier 3. Not so much about like how Art the Clown came to be, but like what happened to the dad, which will tell us more in turn about Art indirectly. Which I feel like that's the way to go. I feel like that's the way to go with this movie. But we'll see again. Joseph G is saying, do you think we will get a pop-up from the little girl? I feel like they're keeping it under wraps. Yeah, we do know from Damien Leone that we haven't seen a good like 35% of the film from the trailer. There's only a little bit that was used for the trailers from different sequences. I hope so. I really hope that she pops up at some point. Again, I don't feel like what's her face is going to be the entity the whole time. Vicky. I don't think Vicky is going to be playing the entity for the entire film. And the reason I say that is because we don't see much of Vicky in the trailer. We see a few shots in different locations with her, but she's not like following Art the Clown around the whole movie. We know that just from the trailer alone. You know, why wouldn't they have shown us like her at the sorority house, for instance? Like, she's not there. So I don't know. I really think that yeah, she's gonna pop up at some point. We'll see the little pale girl take on the form of the entity at some point, which will be fun. And I would love to see some more characters come back, which is already a part of the trailer, as that the entity plays, right? Like we saw Brooke with her melted face in the trailer. I think that's the entity, if I'm being real. I really do. I think that's what the little pale girl is, taking the shape of one of Art the Clown's former victims. So I feel like that Brooke thing could be the same. We saw if you're just like, Jake, what the fuck are you talking about? The entity takes a bunch of different forms in Terrifier 2 as well. Don't forget, like we see it take the shape of the mom, which is an Art the Clown victim previously. So it was only for a split second, but that did happen, you know? So I'm thinking this could be the case in Terrifier 3. We see a bunch of different, characters come back from the past that are just the entity again, right? I'm excited to I'm excited to see what they end up doing with all this. I hope it's something like that. That could be really fun. That means we could bring back some more people from the past. Not that that's like a must or anything. I'm not like, oh, we need cameos and nostalgia. No, we don't need that. But if we had some cameos, I wouldn't be opposed to that. That'd be fun. Jenna Cannell in like a fucking, the white makeup and like a little top hat. That could be fun. She's got like bullet holes through her face, right? I don't know. I'm here for it. Could be a cool little thing there. Brent is hanging out with us, got a little shark over his shoulder. Watch out there, fella. Saying, I had to pick up the art slippers from Spirit Halloween. Sold out, but Spencer's in-store had them. Ooh! I think they also have dildo shoes, too, if I'm not mistaken. I might have to pick those up from Spencer's at some point. But no, Brent, that's awesome, my friend. That is so dope. I wish that Spirit Halloween had more Art the Clown stuff near me. There is nothing. Like, it was just completely sold out of everything I was looking for. It's brutal, though. APVR thinks that Vicky won't die in this new movie, saying if you look at her bashing her head into the mirror, her hair is puffy. It only gets wet when getting out of the bath. So look at the images we got a while ago of her in the house with wet hair. That doesn't mean we haven't seen her die yet, though. I don't know. I really feel like she's like, again, we see her smashing her head against the mirror. Then we see her in a tub. that looks like it's bloody and gross and nasty and stuff. And she's got that, the jagged piece of the mirror in her hand. I feel like again, something has to explain why Art the Clown looks totally normal by the time we get back past the 5-year time jump. And I feel like Vicky is that loose end. But again, we haven't really seen anything that would 100% suggest that besides the bathtub, and that's just me speculating. So you might be right, but something has to happen for Art the Clown to just his head to reattach to his body and all that. Something's got to be going on there. Because man, my guy was looking rough on the subway in that one shot. Where is that? Yeah, here we go. Like this is Art the Clown likely right after he breaks out of the asylum, man. And I mean, he's looking rough. Look at his ears and all that, dude. Like he's like growing those back. Like something's going on there. So my guy's got to get do a little more than just clean his laundry in the opening of Terrifier 2. Something else has got to happen, I think. So, but we'll see what's up, of course. What's my favorite Halloween spooky season movie? Maybe a nostalgic childhood watch. Again, like I had this question one of the other streams, and like we watched like different horror movies every Halloween because my folks were always trying to get me to see more stuff because they were like, oh, you got to see this one for Halloween. You got to do this one, that one, whatever. If I have anything that like I do watch a bunch on Halloween, like Halloween is one and Trick or Treat are like 2 must watches every single year. Pumpkinhead is one that I watch every single October now too. I just love, like, again, anything with fall vibes is something I typically like to put on around this time. Madison, we have to watch Halloween and Trick or Treat at some point because I just feel like those are perfect for this time of year to get the mood right and all that. So. But yeah, it's so weird. Like everyone's like, oh, like this is so nostalgic for me. We used to watch this all the time. But, for me, like it was like, we would always do something different every Halloween. We always liked watching a ton of different movies in our household. So I'm trying to think of some of the stuff that I watched for the first time. Like I want to say like one of the Alien movies I watched for the first time around Halloween. Man, I'm really trying to remember. Really drawing a blank though too, which is crazy. My folks were not really into slashers, which is funny. Like I got into slashers a little later in life, like right before I started doing this page, hilariously enough. Trying to see what else. Yeah, and this is so funny too. You were like, I like Witches or Halloween Town. That's so Twitches. I don't know what that is actually. But yeah, like it's so funny. I never watched like the kids like movies like Hocus Pocus or whatever. We never watched that. We were like, let's watch like R-rated crazy bullshit like that. That's what I grew up on. That was my thing, which is so funny. Some people are like, oh, I'm so nostalgic for these old movies and stuff. And I'm like, man, it's always like the craziest R-rated shit that I was watching as a kid that I definitely shouldn't have been watching. But there I was doing it anyways. But that's so funny. Sanji X Nam is saying, how do you think Terrifier 3 will end? Do you think we see another Valkyrie Sienna fight? I don't think she'll be in costume this time around. Which I definitely, is definitely going to be like, oh man, that's so iconic. I love that. But I do think that we will see Sienna fight Art the Clown and take him down. But I think it'll be with a greater loss this time around. Like I feel like Terrifier 3's ending is going to be a lot more brutal than Terrifier 2. Like sure, Sienna lost her mom. That's brutal. That sucks. That's upsetting. But I think that T3 is going to be even harsher because I think Sienna in real time is going to see like her aunt and uncle get slaughtered by Art the Clown. And I think that the intestines on the Christmas tree in that poster, that might be something, an idea from there. that might be an idea from the script. I feel like we might actually get to see that at some point. So, but my guess is Sienna's just gonna walk into just an abysmal sight of her fucking aunt and uncle ripped apart or something. I don't think Jonathan's making it through this movie, which has been like a long time theory. Again, I have nothing to prove that, but I don't think he's living through this one, man. That would hurt. That would just hurt from Sienna so badly. So that would just take down her character emotionally, and then like have to fight still. Like I feel like that would just show how much of a badass she is, that she can like roll with such horrible punches, and still just get through it. But yeah, she's a badass. We're gonna see some badass moments from Sienna for sure. I can pretty much guarantee that. Jason Carpenter, what's up, fella? How's it going? It's been a minute since I've seen you around here. Saying, Jake, I loved Beetlejuice. I had it at a 9.5 until the final wedding scene, but that's my only gripe. Still a 9 out of 10. Very nice. I'm glad you liked it. I had a very good time with it, man. I think Michael Keaton rocks. It's like we're back in 1988. I mean, hasn't skipped a beat since then. Michael was great. Winona Ryder was great. Catherine O'Hara had some really funny moments too. Man, I thought they were awesome. It's a very busy movie. It's a very busy movie, which was my problem with it. I'm like, all of these ideas are great, but focus on one and follow through with it. There wasn't, in my opinion, my biggest gripe with the film was, yes, in the wedding scene, there just wasn't a lot of follow through with some of the things that they had set up. And again, I pretty much liked everything they set up, but some of it just kind of went nowhere. Like Wolf Jackson, awesome character, but that went absolutely nowhere. Monica Bellucci's character, again, fantastic, but didn't really go anywhere. It was cool, and I loved all the sequences with her, but I wish it affected the plot a little more than it had. So there was so much about Beetlejuice that I loved, but I just wish they had really just focused on a few of the really good ideas and not just try to cram all of them into one movie. So that's kind of my one gripe with it. I still loved it. Definitely one of the most fun theater experiences I've had this year. Theater was packed too, seeing this one, which was awesome. Made me so happy. So you don't know what Twitches is? Madison, I just want to say, Madison is not, name a horror film, Madison probably has not seen it. Madison did not know who Keanu Reeves was this weekend, so you can't even be mad at me about not knowing what this probably obscure movie is, dog. I'm just saying. Yeah, look, we roast each other a little bit, so I don't know what to say. Anyways, moving forward here. Saying Ty Lee, not too many horror movies by reboot remake it's bad. Too much mediocre horror movies that you are tired of. I don't know what you're talking about, my friend, but there's a lot of good stuff out there. There's some mediocre stuff here and there, but you go looking and you'll find some crazy good shit too. For the love of rock, it's weird seeing movies referred to as T2 and T3 and it's not about the Terminator. Isn't that weird? That is weird, man. I started doing that on the page a little while back. Just saying, like, it's just a little quicker, right, to get to the point there. And we don't really talk about Terminator much here, so I T2, T3, bam. But that is funny. Terminator 2 is a fucking masterpiece, though, man. Oh my god, need to watch that one again. Color Out of Space is a good sci-fi horror and has the guy from that pig movie. Yeah, that fella. that long legs guy. Who is that fella? No, Color Out of Space is really good, though. I love this movie. It's a very fun watch if you've never seen it. I think if you really like Mandy, like you'll dig Color Out of Space. I don't think it's better than Mandy personally, but I had a really good time with it. Nonetheless, a lot of crazy gore and just fucked up moments in this one. Good stuff all around. Jake, how do you think Jonathan will die in the movie if he does end up dead? I feel like it's not going to be until like the third act. Like it's not going to be like his first encounter with Art either. This is going to be a little more like, how like if a character just dies and it's like super sudden and shocking, like it's a little unceremonious. I feel like they're going to build it up a little bit. Jonathan is just going to barely escape by the skin of his teeth, maybe from like the sorority house, right? And Art the Clown's going to go driving after him. Maybe that's my theory. But I do think Art the Clown's going to probably die at the aunt and uncle's house, would be my guess. Because it would that would be so brutal and so upsetting for Sienna to go through that. And again, I really think that here's how I'm almost looking at it like a wrestling match a little bit, right? Sienna cut off the guy's head. He's probably a little pissed about that, He's gonna get his revenge, and he's gonna do it probably by taking out Jonathan, and then Sienna is gonna beat the shit out of him, kind of thing, right? There's like, if there wasn't enough motivation already to take down for Sienna to take down Art the Clown again, like that's just gonna put some salt and bleach in the wounds. And there you go, nice little reference to cap that off. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna be something just like really brutal and like almost emotional. Because again, I feel like a lot of deaths in this universe have been very effective brutality wise and gore wise, and that's great. But I want an emotional death in a Terrifier film, like one that's just like, oh my god, that sucks. This is a character I loved so much. Like Barbara, you know, it was upsetting. That's the closest thing we've gotten, I think, to something like that. Barbara and Terrifier too. But even then, there was a point in the movie where I'm like, I don't know if I like this character or not. She's just like a mean mom. But then you start to understand her a little bit as the movie goes on, and she's a single mother trying her best kind of thing, and you're just like, okay, well, now I get it a little more. She does care about her kids. And then she just got her face blown off. That's fucked up. So I think if Jonathan were to go, it would be a lot more upsetting. And I want to feel that a little bit from a Terrifier kill, from an Art the Clown death, which would be awesome. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what's up. Madison saying, I know who Keanu Reeves is. I just couldn't think of his name. She, it is really funny though. We were talking about, like, I was trying to give her clues to guess Keanu Reeves, and I'm like, Bill and Ted, like Bill and Ted, and she's like, oh, Alex Winter, and I'm like, how do you know Alex Winter and not Keanu Reeves? Like, that's so funny. We had a very fun weekend of trivia games, but she's gonna make me watch the Twilight movies back to back. Dear God, oh Lord. God save me. Josh is saying, were you surprised or did you predict the twist in Orphan? I hate being this fucking guy. I really hate being this fucking guy, but I did kind of predict it. I swear to God, I did not know going into the movie, and I was kind of like, she's not really a little girl, is she? There's more to this. But it was still pretty shocking and upsetting when you got there in Orphan. This is fun. We haven't gotten to talk about this movie in a while. I will say the twist in the sequel got me more than the original, which the only reason I say, and the only reason I really say that is because I feel like it's a little translated in the first Orphan. It's not bad. It's a very good twist, in my opinion. It's upsetting. It's fucked up. But I feel like it's just a little more translated. Like Esther does things where I'm just like, this is not something a child would do. Like, there's something wrong with the kid. And there's a little bit of supernatural suggestion, but a lot of it is pretty straightforward when you think about it. So I don't know. I guess my brain didn't go to the supernatural lengths that some people might have thought, right? But I will say, I love both of those movies so much. I actually really like Orphan First Kill. I feel like that movie kind of flew under the radar a little bit, but I had a really good time with it. I was like, this was pretty fantastic, man. There's no reason an Orphan prequel should be good, and that one was pretty solid, man. So I hope they make a third. I really do, which is crazy. You don't remember anyone's head getting cut off in wrestling, Jake? Well, it's more so just like the back and forth nature of it, right? Like, I haven't seen a ton of wrestling, but I do know there's like beef, right? Like, people have beef with each other. And I almost feel like that's how they're going to approach Art the Clown and Sienna's relationship a little bit, right? I'm also thinking about some of the other relationships that Art the Clown has had with people. Like, I mean, with Dawn, for instance, she was kind of fucking with him a little bit, and then, he cut her in half. Allie denied him candy, and she, you guys know what he did to her. So I feel like there's some beef between Sienna and Art a little. I say this jokingly, of course, but I feel like that's where Art the Clown's headspace is going to be with this new movie. He's like, oh, it's that bitch who cut off my head. Like, I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna kill her little brother. You know what I mean? Like, that's the fucked up shit that goes on in Art the Clown's head. So I feel like that could be what's up. But I don't know. Again, who knows what's up? That's just me speculating. Universal Disappointment is saying, I think the scene in the trailer when he's raising the axe up isn't him attacking Sienna. I agree, editing trick. Or maybe he's attacking her aunt in that scene and Sienna just bursts in and kicks his ass. I 100% agree. That is totally there just to fool you, make you think one thing opposed to the other. Because again, going back to Sienna chopping off his head, Art the Clown is raising an axe right at her neck, and she's on the ground just looking up at him with the way that they edited that. So yeah, I couldn't agree more. That's a trick right there. That's not going to be the actual scene. That's going to be right before he, slices open somebody, one of her family members likely, but we'll see. Fallon Van, thank you for the $2. I appreciate you. My Terrifier. I just killed a fly. No way, dude. There, you can see it. See a little black spot right there? That's a fruit fly. Gross. I can't believe I got that. That's crazy. That is so wild. Okay, but anyways, theory is that Sienna has to kill Jonathan. That is so upsetting. But again, I think would work really well with what I was saying earlier again. I feel like this character's got to die to fuel up Sienna's rage, you know, and just build her up as this tortured final girl. Protagonists are at their best, and we want to root for them the most when they suffer, which is just a really unfortunate truth. Everyone's like, oh man, you know, I don't know why I'm using this as an example, but you know, Sidney Prescott, I want her to have her happy ending and all that. But like, if we're doing another movie with her, she's got to get tortured a little bit, or we're not going to care. You know what I mean? That's just how stories work. So they got to go through some kind of hardship in order to have that triumph. So if you want to make that even crazier, really push that as far as you can, and then have a triumph at the end. One of the best examples of that, hilariously enough, is the director's cut of Spider-Man 2. I think that's fucking brilliant. Like, it's one of my favorite superhero movies for that reason alone, is because something that they do so effectively is they make you care so much about Peter Parker in that movie because he's just going through it, man. I mean, that whole movie is Peter Parker not getting an inch from anybody. Like, I mean, he is just getting kicked in the mud for like 2 hours straight. And then finally at the end, he takes down Dr. Doom, not Dr. Doom, Doc Ock. I got Robert Downey on the brain. Apologies. But he finally takes him down, and it's upsetting because like that was his friend. Oh God, it's so upsetting. But, I love that someone just said Rent. That's so funny. I love Spider-Man 2 is fantastic for that reason, because they really lean into that and understand that you have to torture your protagonist if you want people to care for this character. So I'm not against something like this because it would just fuel Sienna as one of the better final girls of all time for that reason. So I'm here for it. I'm here for something really tragic and upsetting like this, Fallon Vamp. Thank you for the $2. I can't wait for that triumph. I want to be screaming in the theaters when Sienna takes this fucking guy down. You know what I mean? So I'm here for it. What's my Mount Rushmore of slasher characters? Man, that's tough. That's so tough, Josh. Oh man. So like, there are so many icons. There are so many characters that are like just fan-fucking-tastic. But I think like my Mount Rushmore would be personal preference a little bit, because I think there are just some movies that with iconic characters that just aren't great for whatever reason. Like there are a lot of bad Freddy movies, man. I don't know. Some of those Nightmare sequels, the only thing I like about them are Freddy Krueger. And it's one of those tough things where I'm like, well, do I put Freddy Krueger up on a pedestal because he is the best part of like most of those movies? You know, I would say yes. I would lean towards yes. But I like most of the Nightmare movies and sequels. I like almost every other slasher franchise tops those, in my opinion. So it's like it's such a tough thing. But we're talking about characters specifically, which is why I put Freddy Krueger up there, even though most of those movies I would rank much lower than some of like the Friday sequels, the Halloween sequels. I don't know, man. I just don't think they're very well done. The first Nightmare on Elm Street is a fucking masterpiece, and I love it. Like it's a 10 out of 10 film. The more I watch it, the more I'm like, this is how every slasher should be. But those sequels did not understand the assignment, man. Like they just did not know what to do with that admittedly weirder concept. But man, what is my Mount Rushmore of slashers? I mean, yeah, Freddy's got to be up there. I think Art the Clown has got to be up there too, which might be a hot take, but I'd put him up there personally. I think that Jason and Michael are pretty similar characters. So I don't know if I would put both of them on there. I'd probably lean towards Michael, admittedly, because he's kind of the original, right? He's kind of the OG. Man, I think my stream's cutting out a little bit. There we go. So I put Michael up there, and then who else would I put up there, man? See, Jason's the easy answer, right? But I don't think that's the right answer personally, which might be a hot take. Jason is super recognizable and iconic. So maybe I put Jason up there, but I want to put Ghostface up there personally, because I feel like he's different enough from those other people. So I want to put Ghostface there too. So that's kind of my Mount Rushmore right now, which is probably a hot take. I love Jason. He's a lot of fun. But again, I think I like, when it comes to the slow slasher that's wearing a mask and is, you know, cryptic and scary and stuff, I just feel like Michael does it a little better. But that might be a hot take. So I don't know, man. That's such a hard question to ask, Josh. Oh, so tough. You're also saying how many conventions do you go to a year? I try to get out to a lot of them. I'm going to Scarefest in October, which I'm very excited for. Go get tickets. Come out. Come say hi to Jake. I'll be there all weekend. It's going to be fun. I'm even a guest there, which is crazy. I have a few panels, maybe. So some crazy shit going on with that. So come on by. Come on by and see those panels and have fun. It's going to be great. But yeah, Scarefest is going to be sick. Silver Princess is throwing $5 out there. Thank you, Silver Princess. I appreciate you a bunch. Saying, I would have loved for Jill to survive Scream 4, get the fame she wanted, then become the opening kill in Scream 5 10 years later. Ooh. Man, you want to talk about a way to connect films. Connect some crazy horror films together. That would have been really cool. No, I'm so down for this. I love the original ending for Scream 4 so much. Had it just ended with Jill getting away, I think that movie is like a 10 out of 10. Oh my God. Like that's crazy. I love the shot of like her getting wheeled out and, you know, her face is all excited with all the cameras on her and shit. Jill is like one of the most thought out ghost faces in the whole franchise. I don't get the hate. I really don't at all. I think Jill has some of the best moments out of any of the ghost faces ever. I don't know. She's my number 2. Like Stu's my number 1, but Jill's my number 2, which is a hot take, but I think she is fantastic. I love the story. I love the character. The performance is so great. Like maybe my favorite Ghostface performance. Like I love Stu is so silly and funny and I love that about him. But in terms of like, who's the most evil villain in the Scream franchise? I think it's Jill all day, baby. So yeah, 100% Scream 4 rocks. I would have loved to have seen more with Jill for sure. If there's any Ghostface you can expand upon and, you know, spread across multiple movies, it was Jill, in my opinion. So rock on, Silver Princess. Thank you for the 5. I appreciate that a bunch. Emma Roberts, man, she just killed that role. My only issue with Beetlejuice is Monica Bellucci's role. I was so hyped for her character in the beginning, but by the end I was disappointed. Yeah, and again, to avoid spoilers, I just feel like they didn't really do anything with her character. And they set up the character so well, which again, no spoilers. But man, like I was like, that is such a great idea. It's like, it's world building with so many different elements. And I don't know, they just didn't really do anything with that. But I don't know, man. We'll see. Maybe they do more with that in the third film because they're gonna make Beetlejuice 3. Did you guys see how much money Beetlejuice made? Oh my God, dude, that thing is going for the moon right now. So maybe they do more. You know, maybe they do more in the sequel, the threequel, I should say. For the Love of Rock is saying, at the risk of confusing Madison, there are reports that Keanu Reeves is returning in the Constantine sequel and the story is currently being written. Your thoughts? I'm so here for that. I love Constantine to death. This was the clue, by the way. We were playing not monikers, Taboo. We were playing the game Taboo, and the answer was Keanu Reeves, and I couldn't say Bill and Ted, I couldn't say John Wick, I couldn't say The Matrix. No, I could say Bill and Ted, because that was one of the clues. I can't remember what the card was off the top of my head, but I was like, this guy is Constantine. And she's like, I don't know what that is. And I'm like, this guy is in Bill and Ted. I was trying to name like every other movie besides John Wick and The Matrix and nothing, which was so, I'm still laughing about it. Love you so much, baby. don't be mad at me. But no, I'm so here for a Constantine sequel. That is one of the most underrated Keanu Reeves movies, in my opinion. It's so well done. And honestly, I think one of the best just character works from Keanu Reeves throughout his whole career. Really, I just love what they did with that. If it's the smoking and how they end the movie with the gum, like, I don't know, it's little things like that I think just those little idiosyncrasies that make you care so much more about characters. And that movie's got it all over the place, man. It's really excellent. Flies under the radar a lot. One of my favorites from Mr. Reeves for sure. Ghostface is saying, I think the hate that Jill got is mainly because of the motive. Like, yeah, fame is a good motive, but felt a little simplistic because that was basically Mikey's motive in the second movie. Oh, Mickey's motive. I thought you were talking about Mikey Madison for a second. I'm like, wait, what? No, Mickey's motive. Yeah, but Mickey's motive was way different though. Like, I mean, he was trying to get caught and trying to use the movies as a way to get out. And I feel like that lends itself to a bigger motive than just fame. Like, he wanted to get away with it. Like, he wanted to get away with murder was his motive. That to me is at least to me, that's the most interesting thing about Mickey's motive is like, he wanted to fucking use the movies as a way to get out, which is, there's so much to say about that. Like, there's so much commentary there. Mickey is another great Ghostface in my opinion too. But again, there's just not enough with Mickey. Imagine if Mickey had enough, like the same amount of screen time as Jill. Right? Like, think about how much more they could have done with that character, with that motive. Like, that's so thought-provoking. There's so much there. I love it to death. Jill is, in my opinion, a different way to spin it. Maybe in the same vein, but definitely not the same. Me personally, I think some people would say what you're saying, Ghostface, but I see them as two different things. Jill is kind of like in the same vein as a lot of those like younger YouTubers, right? Who are like, I just want my thing to go viral so bad, but spin that in a murdery sense, right? And I think that's so cool. That captures 2011 so well, in my opinion. And that's why I think Jill is such like one of the most perfect ghost faces in the whole franchise. I think she captures the time period really well, just like Mickey, who captures 1997 really well too. Silver Princess throwing $5 out there saying, I also would have liked if they went the Mona Vanderwall route with Jill, make her be caught and then go on to become an anti-hero. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so sorry, my friend. But I like the idea of her going on to be an anti-hero. It kind of sounds like they were gonna do that with some of the plans for what the original Scream 5 was going to be with like Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson and stuff. But of course that didn't end up happening. They were going to have a ghost face, like basically, I know what you did last summer to her and say like, I know your secret and I'm coming after you. And it was going to follow Jill like going to college or something like that. And I'm so down for that. Like that would have been so cool to swap the focus from Sydney onto Jill for a movie. I'm like, that's so dope. What? Like a ghost face getting away with it? I don't know. I think that would have been fucking sick personally. But I like that idea. I wish we could have seen that. I just feel like now that 5 and 6 exist, you kind of can't do that. But I would love, if there's any ghost face that should come back because there is more story to tell there, it would be Jill, in my opinion. Like even more than Stu. I love Stu. Great guy, you know, great character. But Jill, I feel like there is so much story left to write there. So Silver Princess, though, I love the 5. Thank you so much. Appreciate you a bunch. You need to do a reaction for 911 on ABC starring Angela Bassett. That's not really horror though, is it? That's kind of just like a TV drama, right? But I don't know. I am thinking about doing a reaction page though. I had a conversation with my friend Darjan this morning. And he was telling me about, he was like, dude, I watched your horror hot takes thing. He's like, you should do like a reaction videos in that same style where it's like, you show like 5 seconds of something, give a reaction and all that so you don't get hit with the demonetization shit. I'm like, that's kind of a good idea. I'm like, I could do like trailer reactions like that. That could be fun. So I'm kind of thinking about doing reaction, like a reaction channel. I'm thinking about separating the two because the only thing that tends to get viewed, like YouTube's so fucking weird, man. Like YouTube is like, if you have a channel, you got to dedicate like it to one thing basically. And that's going to get views. Like, as long as that works. If you find something that works, stick to it and run with it. But if you want to have that weird second channel, you know, it's kind of like a spin-off from the thing you're already doing, then you can kind of post whatever you want that's still in the same vein, but like kind of make it your own. It's not going to get as many views, but that's the point of a second channel. So I'm kind of thinking about committing to that again. I had a second channel for a while that was just like live stream clips and that was fun and all, but it just, you know, it's kind of like, I might as well just focus on making new videos. But now I'm kind of thinking about doing that because I'm like, there's so many things I want to react to and make videos on that I just don't end up getting to. But if I were to do it in a quick little reaction video, something I could make in like less than an hour, I'm here for that. There's more. That's more stuff I can make, which I want to make. I just love making content. You know, I want to make more stuff. So if I can do that, I'm looking to make it. But I still want it to be of quality, of course, first and foremost. Ghostface is saying Jill surviving the events of 4 but going to prison, then getting out at the start of 6 and trying to make amends with Kirby would have been a great story in my opinion. Maybe doing like a Hannibal Lecter thing where like she helps Kirby solve a case as an FBI agent, you know? Like that could be kind of cool. I'd be into that. Again, you know, Scream is very self-referential to the genre, so I wouldn't be against something like that for that reason, right? That could be fun. Do I think that Final Destination 6 will be good? I'm so worried about it. The funniest penguin. This is the funniest. You know, there are funny penguins out there, but this is the funniest one, ladies and gentlemen. That's awesome. But yeah, no, do I think it's going to be good? I'm worried about it for sure. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be good or not because that cast announcement was yikes. CW cast members. And, you know, if you go back and you look at the history of this franchise, they've almost across the board all had some pretty good casts. There's exceptions to that, of course. But, I mean, the first 3 have some pretty exceptional cast members, man. I mean, Mary Elizabeth Winstead starred in the 3rd movie, and she's like a huge star, you know? So, I don't know. I'm concerned about Final Destination 6. I want it to be good, but I have my doubts, for sure, from that cast announcement. But we'll see what's up. Zork the Dark One is throwing $5 in there. Our ruler, all hail Zork the Dark One. What's up, fella? I met Tessa Farmiga and Emma Roberts at a Comic-Con years ago for American Horror Story. Very nice. And both were nice. I asked Emma who would win, Jill or Madison. She said Madison. Nice. Oh my God, that's so funny. Dude, yeah, no, I hear they're both really nice in real life. I would love to meet Emma Roberts at some point. Again, like, Jill is just such a favorite of mine. I think her performance in that is just so special. Would love to go through that movie again at some point. But that's so cool. Oh my God. I'm honestly so jealous. I think Tessa Farmiga is a fantastic actress as well. Would love to see more from her in other good horror movies. Yeah, I'm not gonna go any further down that rabbit hole, but I would like to see her in some more movies for sure. But no, that's fantastic that you got to meet them and had a really good experience with them for sure. That's really funny that she said that Madison would win too. That's funny shit, dude. Thank you for the 5 though. I really do appreciate you a bunch. And all hail Zork the Dark One, ladies and gentlemen. Our supreme ruler and God. Anyways, Kaon29, what's up, fella? Killjoy Jake, do you think we'll get an official trailer for VHS Beyond since we got an official poster today? Maybe tomorrow? Yeah, maybe. Tuesdays are good days to release trailers if we know anything from the past, so I could totally see that being the case. Looks like they're starting to market the fuck out of this one. And also it comes out in less than a month, so the fact that we haven't gotten a full trailer yet, yeah, I could totally see it coming out tomorrow or this week at some point. They usually don't market these movies too much, but we usually get like a teaser and then a big old trailer or something that's like gets a little more into it. So yeah, I could see that coming out and then, maybe crickets until it's released, but yeah, we'll get some stuff for sure. I'm so excited for VHS Beyond, man. The more I learn about this movie, the more I'm like, I think this one's going to be even better than the last two. So I don't know. I have a lot of high hopes for Beyond, man. It looks really good. So I'm very excited for it. Have you guys, I don't know if you guys saw that new picture from it, but it looks like we're like dealing with zombies, we're dealing with aliens, we're dealing with just a bunch of crazy shit in this movie. That has me so excited. In the last 2 movies, there were definitely some skits that didn't work for me, but the highlights of those films are what made them. I'm hoping that Beyond is another film like VHS 2 or VHS 94, where just like all the segments really hit. That would be awesome. I watched 94 going to bed last night again, and like that whole movie rocks, in my opinion. I get something new from that movie every single time I watch it. And I don't know. I think it's fantastic. VHS 94, just one of my favorite horror, one of my favorite like guilty pleasures for sure. I love it so much. I think it's so much fun. Worst movie of 2024 is the new Strangers movie. That is a 0 out of 10. I have no interest in ever watching that movie again. Really, really, really not for me at all. Especially as someone who's a huge fan of the first 2 Strangers. That was a swing and a massive, massive miss. Eric is saying we need new Resident Evil movies with Mila Jovovich for 2025. We got the new Monster Hunter or whatever with her, right? So that's kind of in the same vein. I hope we get some new Resident Evil movies. After 6 with Mila Jovovich, though, I'm like, okay, we can try something else. But I do love those movies. Don't get me wrong. You want to talk about movies I grew up on? These were ones that I watched like all the time. I was obsessed with them when I was a kid. I'm like, I just fucking love these. So those are so much fun. So fun. I own all 6 of them. I don't care. I don't. I love them to death. I don't care what anyone says. See, the creature in the Terrifier 3 trailer, there's a leg coming out of its back. What? For real? There's a leg? I know that the what is it? The Mother Mary or whatever in the background like is moving in that one shot though. I don't know if you guys caught that. Where's the shot? I don't know if I have it or not, but there's a shot of like, this is the one shot where he like kind of turns towards the camera, but there's one where he's like screaming and you can see the lady's arm move in the background. So I'm thinking there's more to this scene than we've even seen before. So no, I'm digging it. There's a lot to be said about that creature though. There's going to be some crazy shit there for sure. Deegan, what's up, fella? Can't wait to hopefully meet you at Scarefest, man. Not 100% sure if I'm going or not, but I hope I will be able to make it. I hope so. Hope you're able to make it, my friend. Yeah, no, I'll be there all weekend walking around, doing some crazy shit. So come on by, say hey. It's going to be fun. Damn, Ghostface, brutal. Most people are nice IRL, and then you have Jake, who's actually a jerk. Yeah, if you come say hey to me, I'm going to poop in my hand and throw it at your face. So that's, no, I'm kidding. No, I've had some really great interactions with people at cons, which has been so much fun in the past. So come on by to Scarefest and say hey. It's going to be a good time. I can't wait. I'm also, again, I'm hoping to meet up with a lot of people and do some kind of like I don't know, I want to do some kind of like come on down to the bar or something like after Scarefest. Let's all party or something afterwards. I want to make something like that happen. That would be a lot of fun. Because, the last couple of cons I went to, I got to meet up with people. It was great. It was so much fun. But it'd be fun to like schedule something. Be like, we're all going to meet at the bar on Saturday night or something. I don't know. I'm just, I'm spitballing here, but it would be fun. Haven't really heard you talk about it. How do you feel about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, older and newer? When the new one was coming out, I was talking about it a lot, which was great. It was really refreshing to talk about some, other movies than just Scream and Terrifier. Don't get me wrong, love those movies to death, but I talk about them a lot. And there's other movies I love and could go on rants about all day, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one for sure that I have so much admiration for. I put this one on a lot. The original to me, I think, is just unmatched. You're never going to beat that, in my opinion. I think the 2003 remake is so good. Like, it's a really well done remake. Definitely one of the better remakes from the thousands. Great time all around. But that original, it's it's just so specific in the way it scares you. Like, it feels like you found this tape in like the back of an old shed somewhere and you just popped it into the VHS and you shouldn't be watching it. I love that feeling that movie has and creates over you. This movie and like the original Evil Dead, I feel like have that vibe to them that there's not too many other movies I can say that about. But I love that about these flicks. They're so scary. They're so powerful and still so effective today. And I don't know, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, man, that original is just unmatched. A lot of those sequels are fun, but some of them are bad, dude. Like some of them are rough. I will say I love the sequel because it's so silly and such a departure from the first movie, but it still feels so Tobe Hooper at the same time. Like, it is brutal, but it's so fucking funny. Like, it's just hilarious, man. So like 1 and 2 and the remake are like my go-to, but I have a respect for the 2022 movie, which I think is really brutal, even though it doesn't really have a story. I like it for the same reasons that I liked the first Terrifier movie, I'm trying to think what else I like from this franchise. Next Generation is so bad it's good, in my opinion. I fucking love that dumb movie. It's so bad. It's so bad, but so fun. But Corey, no, I think the original is just like, it's fantastic. Some of those other sequels are kind of a skip. There are some boring Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, but I think 1, 2, the remake, and the 2022 film are so worth your time. So much fun for sure. For all totally different reasons across the board. All very, very different movies. And actually, okay, one more thing I'll say about Texas Chainsaw and we'll move on, is I don't think that there hasn't been a single sequel in the entire franchise to understand why the first movie was as brilliant as it was. And I don't think it would be that tough to recreate. Like, you got to set it in the 70s. You got to have that same look and feel to it that Daniel Pearl was able to capture in the original. And I think the only movie that comes close is the 2003 one because Daniel Pearl shot it. It's the only one. It's the only one that I think even remotely comes close to that same like grunge and grittiness of that original flick. It so effortlessly has. Like, these characters aren't much to write home about, but because of the situation and how thematic it is, how fucking brutal and bloody and disgusting it gets, I don't know. There's something about it. Something about that original, man, that just does it for me that none of the other ones can do without even any crazy visuals or anything. It's just like, it's just suggestion, but it's so upsetting. Alex19881 throwing $5 out there, dude. Thank you. Appreciate you. Jake, can you imagine Scream 7 having a scene in which Ghostface shows up in someone's bedroom in the middle of the night? That would be terrifying. Kind of like a Halloween 2018 thing, where it's like the fella just busts out of the the bedroom closet or something. That could be fun. That could be really cool. I'm here for it, man. I want Scream 7 to, have those fun little chase scenes and scares or whatever. But the most important thing to me is I just want Ghostface to have a motive that I can really sink my teeth into. I love a lot of things about this franchise, but the thing that I love the most is when you have a Ghostface whose motive is so like palpable and just has so much to it that maybe the other movies don't. I feel like this franchise especially has been just leaning on the family oriented thing a lot lately. And I'm just like, man, like, can we just give me something like these movies are about horror movies, you know, give me a motive that ties into that somehow, or into something that's going on IRL. So with other flicks, you know? So I just hope that it stays true to that. It feels like it's written by horror fans, and not just fans of Scream, you know? Like there's nothing wrong with what happened in Scream 6. I think a lot of it is fun. But I just like, I don't know, I just want a Ghostface motive that lines up with current events or with, you know, with horror movies and what's going on with all that. Those are the ones that intrigue me the most, that hit so close to home. Where some of the other ones I'm just like, I'm bored out of my mind watching, because I'm like, this is just something else, you know, but done worse. So I really hope that they're able to find that in Scream 7. That would really set it apart from the other movies, if they were able to do that. So that first and foremost is what I'm looking for in Scream 7. Have a good motive, have a good killer. You don't have to fool me with who the killer is, even if I guess who it is. If the motive's good, that's enough. That's enough for me to talk about and pitch theories for. So that's what I like doing. As you can probably tell from this channel, I like theories. I like I like when there's more to be said than what's already been talked about. So hopefully we can get into some of that cryptic energy here in Scream 7. But we'll just have to see whenever this fucking movie comes out, you know, whenever they decide to film it. Alex, thanks for the $5, man. Hopefully we get some news on Scream 7 here soon. More than just rumors. Eric is saying, hey, Jake, Halloween Horror Nights 2024? ? Started already. Have you been to that place, or are you going? I went last year, my second time going there, bro. It was freaking fun and scary too. Eric, I was there like 2 years ago. It was so much fun. Great time. I just, it's so expensive, and I don't think I can make it out this year, but I am going to Scarefest in Lexington, Kentucky, and I'm just not going to stop shutting up about it because it's going to be so much fun. So come on out for that. That's going to be a good time. I wish I could go to Halloween Horror Nights again. It was so much fun in 2022. I want to go back at some point, but yeah, it's just those tickets, man, those are crazy expensive. So maybe one day I'll get back there. Be a good time. What do I think about the Wolf Creek franchise? I talked about it the other day in a video. I was talking about Wolf Creek Legacy, the third one that's coming out soon. I really enjoyed this franchise. I think it's fun. It's not fun, actually. It's so fucking brutal. It's such an upsetting franchise. But that's why you can have fun with it, right? I think that there's something I don't know. Every time I watch a Wolf Creek movie, I always have this desire. I'm like, I wish there was more to this. Like, I always walk away from Wolf Creek and I'm like, I liked what I just saw. Like, that was really brutal, but I don't know. I just wish there was more. I wish there was some other element to it to build on top of what's already so great about it. But I guess it's also kind of an exercise of simplistic. It's very simplistic, and that's why it's so effective, right? And I'm okay with that. I'm here for that. Some movies, they don't need to do a lot to be impressive. But I will say, after I have had a few viewings of the Wolf Creek franchise where I'm just like, I wish there was just more to that one, you know? But both movies are effectively terrifying and very fucked up. I really love the first one. The second one's cool too. But man, I don't know. I'm here for a third movie. I'm here to see what that's all about and how we're gonna get into that. It's so Thousands, you know, and I have so much nostalgia for Thousands horror. So I'm really hoping that we get more of that in whatever this new movie is. Like have a movie that feels like it came out in like mid 2000s at some point. That's really brutal and a little edgy, you know. 2000s horror is so great in my opinion. So well done. Zigza K is saying, Killjoy Jake, here's hoping we get some Clown Cafe tunes in T3. I hope so. I hope we get a new tune. Maybe a Christmas song this time around, but Art the Clown themed. Huh? I think that could be fun. I would be very down for some more ridiculous tunes and fun times like that. It'd be a good time. Billy, Stu, and Bailey were the obvious killers in the franchise. Ooh, yeah, you thought Stu was a little obvious? I don't know if Stu is obvious. I think Billy's a little obvious, but Yeah. I mean, Bailey gives himself away, dog. You fuck with my family, you die. It's like, yeah, that's exactly what Ghostface would say, dog. And I love how Sam is just like, right on, dude. Like, no suspicion about that at all. That's such a goofy scene. I would have just taken that out. But it's funny. It's funny nonetheless. 121 Beats is saying, hey, Jake, a little off topic, but how do you feel about Kendrick Lamar doing halftime show for the Super Bowl? I'm personally pretty excited. Feels like a perfect victory lap. Yeah, I mean, he earns it. He's earned it, right? I'm starting to come around. This is such a hot take, man. But like, and what's weird? I don't feel this way about most artists. Like most artists, even if they have a voice that I don't love the way it sounds, I can still kind of get into it. But there's something about Kendrick Lamar's voice that I just don't like. Like, I love his music. I really do. I love a lot of his music, but like just the way his voice sounds, I'm just not crazy about, which I know is such a hot take. Some people are like, Kendrick Lamar is the GOAT. Like, he's fantastic. And I can't disagree with that, man. He's got multiple albums with like no misses, but I just don't listen to his music a lot because I don't like the way his voice sounds, man, which it's a hot take. It's a hot take. And I have no shade to Kendrick. I really do love a lot of his music, but man, I just don't like the way his voice sounds. I don't know what it is, but there's just something about it that just, it turns me off from a lot of his stuff, even though like on paper, it's so well done. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But no, I'm very happy that he's doing the Super Bowl. That's great in my opinion. I imagine he's going to do the song about Drake there, which is fucking crazy. So I'm here to see what that's all about. It's going to be funny. So Kendrick sucks. Damn. What? I don't think Kendrick sucks. I just don't love his voice. Man, in terms of music and, like writing stuff and his beats and shit. Oh my God. I mean, just great all around. But anyways, look, I can talk a little bit about music, I don't know, man. I like what I like, you know what I mean? Getting into the technical side of it. Yeah. I don't know if I can really talk on all that like I can with horror movies, but I like a lot of Kendrick's music. His voice, I don't know. Tyler, the Creator, though, is like my favorite. That's what I'll say. Tyler, the Creator's music that's my absolute favorite when it comes to rap. So I don't know. Maybe that's a hot take, but his beats, everything about him, it just does it for me. Scream 7, I heard they are filming in December or January. So that's a rumor. And I talked a little bit about it in today's video. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just like, I just kind of went on my fucking rumor rant again. Cause I'm like, can we just fucking get some news already so this can stop? I'm so done with people just like the only thing that people are talking about with Scream being just what some guy on Twitter made up, and I'm just like, maybe they delay it, but there's no official word of that anywhere. So I'm getting really sick of the whole, the rumors and stuff. And I'm also like, I don't know. I'm excited for Scream 7. I want it to be good. But I'm also just like, we're just seeing people fight right now over literally nothing. Like people are just fighting over like nothing updates for this movie. And that's kind of all Scream talk has been lately, which has just really turned me off from the subject, I guess. I just like talking about movies, man. I don't care about drama and all that shit. I'm just like, it's just not really for me. I have no interest in chiming into all of it. I think a lot of it is dumb. And I think I'm here for the movie talk, man. I'm here to have fun with movies and shit. And it just seems like a lot of people that particularly want to talk about Scream aren't necessarily here for that. They just want to get in fights about their opinions on Scream and stuff. And that's all it's going to be, which bums me out a little bit. So I'm trying to, once the Scream 7 news rolls in, I'm going to try to focus a little more on it, of course, but I think that's kind of why I've just started leaning a little more towards Terrifier content on the page. It's just because anytime I go on Twitter and it's something about Scream, it's this person sucks, this person sucks, this, that, the other. It's just hate. And I'm just like, I'm not here for that. I just want to talk about the weird shit I love about this movie or the things I don't. And I want people to disagree. That's what I like. That's the kind of disagreements and back and forth that I like getting into. Shit that isn't like actually malicious, which it just seems like a lot of Scream talk today is like we're just at each other's throats. And I'm like, can we just talk about movies, man? I just want to talk about who we think the next Ghostface is going to be and pitch theories and shit like that. And then I want to hear counter theories, and I want to hear why you like my theory or why you don't, you know, like that to me is so much fun. Deegan is saying Tyler is going to go down as absolutely legendary. Really hoping he goes on tour after the new album next year so I can see him live. I saw him live 2 years ago, and it was one of the best shows of my whole life. Like, honest to God, I think that's why he's my number one, because of that fucking show, dude. It was awesome. It like just one of the best concerts I've ever been to. He's so good live, and he does like something from every album, which is so cool. Like, I think he even did something from Cherry Bomb, which like that's like easily his worst. And he still was like doing shit from that. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Okay. Like, hell yeah. His last like 3 albums, I think, have been spectacular. I don't know. He's one of those artists that I think has only gotten better with age. I love his first album so much. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've listened to like Yonkers and shit like that. But his newer stuff, like he matured, you know what I mean? And like you listen to some of his newer stuff and it's like, this is so well done. Oh my God. But I don't know. I love Tyler so much. I could go on and on about how much I love his music. Your dream concert is Imagine Dragons. Love the band and their songs so good. They got some good stuff. I like some of their stuff for sure. I just feel like I've heard it a lot. You know what I mean? I feel like I hear their music a ton. It's everywhere. My main issue with the Scream franchise, Jake, is that the killers are always way too obvious. In my opinion, the only time there was an unpredictable reveal is in the first season of the TV series when it was Piper. Man. Well, I don't know. I mean, if I'm being real, the 2 killers that really got me watching them was Jill and Amber. Besides that, though, I mean, there hasn't been a whole lot of other times where I was like, gasp. Oh my God. Like those 2, you know, those 2 really fucking got me. I was not looking at them at all, if I'm being real. So those shocked me, but I don't know. The TV series is fun though. I think it's a good time. I just like, I think the only movie where the characters are worse than the TV show is maybe Scream 5. And that's just because I feel like it's just not a very well balanced movie with its characters. I don't know, man. I wasn't crazy about the characters in the TV show. I think there's some really fun reveals and fun surprises and kills and shit in the TV show. But I don't know. Some of the characters I wasn't really about. It's just like, I'm here for like CW teen drama stuff, like sometimes if it's done well, but like some of the stuff in the Scream TV show, I don't know. I'm just like, this just feels very CW to me, and I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea, you know. Some people love it and rock on, man. If that's your vibe, but it's just not for me. Sometimes, unless you know, if it's done well, fuck yeah, I'm here for it. Some of those stories can be awesome, but yeah. Don't know how you feel about Travis Scott, but I saw him live in December and it was mind blowing. I feel like Tyler could match that easily. I like Travis Scott's music, but I don't know. I mean, what was the Astro World thing? That fucking sucks. That video of him just standing there when someone like died in his crowd or whatever. Like that's just, I don't know. I kind of lost a lot of respect for him after that, I think. But I do really like Tyler's. The thing about Tyler's concert is that I just feel like he cared so much about stage presence and like set pieces and lighting, and like it was like a full on spectacle. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, he was literally like, I shouldn't be outing myself like this, but I was really amazed because of maybe some substances writhing through my body. But like it was like this fucking hill. Okay. Like the stage, they made like a hill and he was at the very top of it doing this crazy fucking dance while he was like doing some of the lyrics. And I mean, I was like, this is the coolest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. Like it was so trippy and so mesmerizing. But there's something about that Tyler show, man. I don't know what he's doing nowadays. You know, I don't know what the setup for his concerts are now, but that to me was just, that was spectacular. That was great stuff. I'm a music nerd too, Deegan. So I like that we get to talk about this a little bit. I definitely lean a little more towards like rock or metal is typically like what I tend to listen to the most, but every now and then like there's some really good like rap stuff that I get into. So again, especially Tyler, like I've listened to his last like 3 albums through and through a couple of times now, but do love that. Amber, I could kind of see coming, especially when she checked the lights and just went okay and went to the basement. I I don't know. I thought that was just a goofy scene. I'm gonna be real. That did not give me the. A lot of people are like, I totally saw Amber coming, and I'm like, I did not at all. I was really suspecting. At this point, like around that point in the movie, I really thought it was Liv, and I really thought Richie. Like I'm like, Richie's definitely one of them, but who's the accomplice? And I'm like, maybe Liv. You know, maybe they've been dating or something secretly. And I guess I was right about that part, but with the wrong character. But I don't know. Amber wasn't in the movie enough for me to really think that she was one of our killers but beforehand, because I was just kind of like, she's whatever, you know. She's probably gonna get killed at the party is where my head was going with it. But then that reveal is crazy. I mean, like, there was an audible gasp in the theaters opening night seeing that. It was like, oh my God, you know, there was, I mean, panic in the theaters. Like, people were just going like, oh shit, you know, clapping and losing their minds. That to me, that totally got me. That was awesome. Madison is a huge Harry Styles fan, and that was her favorite concert ever, which is great. Love that. I gotta admit, I really do like a lot of Harry Styles music. You know, I remember when she was like, you gotta listen to Harry Styles. I'm like, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna really like boy band stuff, but you listen to his music, and it's just really good alt rock is what it is. It feels very like Elton John inspired and stuff. I love his stuff, honestly. Maybe that's embarrassing to admit, but I think he makes really good music, if I'm being real. Jake Boss, what's up, fella? The killer I thought was so obvious was Charlie. I agree. Charlie was pretty obvious. During the scene talking about filming kills and he loves movies and he's always wearing that headset cam. Oh, wasn't that his friend that was wearing that though? What's his name? He's like, I'm gay, bro. Don't kill me. I can't remember his name for the life of me. I haven't seen Scream 4 in a minute, dude. That's probably, yeah. Cause I mean, I was watching Screams, like my Scream go-to movie for a while there was 6. And the original I just watched with Madison a couple months ago. Man, I haven't seen Scream 4 in a minute though. I should put that on tonight. It's been too long. But no, I agree that Charlie was pretty obvious. I mean, he's one of the main characters that's literally running the stab marathon and the movie club and stuff. I'm like, one of these characters is Ghostface. You know, that was my thought process going through it. For the first time. But yeah, no, I love Scream 4, man. It's still so much fun. You went to an Incubus concert? Nice. And that light show they had was insane. Loved that. I was on a date and super young. Hell yeah. Well, I hope it was fun. I hope it was a good time. My latest concert was Madison and I went to go see, who was it? Daughtry, Buckcherry, and Hinder, which like we love divorced dad rock music. I don't care if you're like, dude, that's like butt rock, bro. It's great. I love butt rock. I don't give a shit. It's awesome stuff. I grew up with it again. So that's kind of a nostalgia thing for me. I'm not gonna lie, but I love it. I think a lot of it's great. But what I will say about that show, is that like I've always liked Daughtry. I don't know if I've ever been to the point where I was like, this is like, I love this band so much. I have a newfound respect for them after seeing them live. They are, you know, everybody, you know, Buckcherry's fun if you've ever seen them live. They're very like, they're the fuck you band who's gonna be like in your face and like we're like old school rock, but in the modern day kind of thing, right? And it's fun. It's a fun show. Same with Hinder. They had some you know fun tunes that it's like, oh, I recognize this, but. I have so much respect for Daughtry after seeing them. They were very technically impressive. And were doing like some crazy shit. They were like weaving in and out of their own songs and like Led Zeppelin tunes that they were just like, that they just wrote into their own music. It was so cool. Like they were doing one of their songs and they went into Kashmir by Led Zeppelin like seamlessly. And I'm like, this is so impressive. Like any other band would have just like stopped their song, gone into into Kashmir, which mind you has a completely different weird beat and format to it than like the song we were listening to, and they seamlessly like changed into that, and I'm just like, this is so fucking cool. Like, oh my god. They also did a cover of my favorite Journey song that was really well done, Separate Ways. That again, I have a whole new respect for Daughtry for how well everything was performed. Again, a very impressive band in my opinion. Hey Jake, have you seen a show called Tell Me Lies on Hulu? It's an adult show. It's about girls in college. It's hard to explain. You got to see it. It's okay. It's it's an okay show. I'll have to look into it, my friend. I was last Hulu show I was watching was The Bear, which I'm still obsessed with. I love The Bear so much. Very good stuff over there. Amber pinpointing everyone at once, presumed Sam did it because she was holding Mindy, Liv because she told them she found Chad, Richie because he went to the basement alone. And that's when she did it earlier. Is that why you think Amber's obvious? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on with that. JPR is saying, sup, brother? How's it going, dog? Glad to learn the stream is happening today. Oh, yeah. We're going to be streaming Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and Friday night this week. Lots of streams coming up for this week. It's going to be fun. We're going to have we're trying out something different on Wednesday. So I hope you guys will check it out. We're doing a live tier list thing. I haven't done one of these in a while, but my goal moving forward is to do a tier list on Wednesdays, like tier list streams. Cause I'm like, I can make a video out of that. That would be cool. So hopefully you guys will be down for that. Fingers crossed. I think it's going to be a fun kind of stream where we're going to be ranking something that's very relevant to right now too. And I don't want to say what yet, but hop on by that stream. It's going to be fun. So it's going to be a little tier list stream. Dean Renner, what's up, fella? Thanks for the $2. On September 18th, Art the Clown popcorn buckets on Cinemark. Oh, did that just get announced, Dean? Because I know earlier it was like the pre-order's coming, but it's coming soon. But we don't have anything official. Because that would be cool if that just got announced. I might have missed that too. But rock on, dude. I talked a little bit about the popcorn buckets in my video today, but yeah, they look fucking sick. Like here, let me pull this back up again. But yeah, that's what it looks like. It's Arthur Claus. He's all bloody and nasty and shit. The top of that probably opens up and you put your popcorn inside. I love it. But Dean, I'm so excited. I got to pick one of these up. I'm so excited for this movie. Oh, Cinemark just put out a Facebook post. Okay, dope. Rock on. So a little update from Dean. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, man. No, that's so exciting. I can't wait. Again, I got to pick this one up. Going to be eating popcorn out of the thing when I see it. Can't wait. Dude, thank you so much for the update and thanks for the $2. Appreciate you a bunch, man. Oh, I'm so excited. It's going to be great. Ty is saying it's easier than a ranking because categories are more vague and you don't have to analyze it that much. Yeah, I agree. And there's something about like tier list ranking videos that just they just seem to do better than just regular. If you were just to say this is a ranking video, there's something about people like that. It's a familiar format, I think is what it is. But I like it. It's fun. So I got one set up. It's, again, it's very relevant to everything going on. It's everything going on in the horror space right now. I don't want to say yet, but I'm going to set up the stream probably after this stream, and hopefully you guys dig it. Hopefully you guys are here for it. It's going to be fun. Anthony Morano, I don't know if I should take this as a compliment or not, but you look exactly like the guy from Milk and Cereal, Curry Barker. I take that as a compliment because I think Curry Barker is incredibly talented and very underrated. I really hope he gets to put Milk and Cereal on like a streaming platform or something because this movie fucking rocked. And oh my God, I need more people need to watch this. It's free on YouTube. It is from That's a Bad Idea, who is, I've been following them for years. And then of course this movie blows up, which makes me so happy. Like I'm so happy that they're a little more mainstream now because of this, but I think it's one of my favorite horror films of the year. And it's just a weird little found footage movie that was made for like basically no money. Go watch this. It is, if you like movies that take crazy twists and turns that you just could not predict, this is the movie for you, in my opinion. I was so over the moon about this one, especially learning that it was basically made for no money. It's really impressive, and those guys rock so much. And you know what? I take that as a compliment. Curry Barker, he's a... Just like me, he's a creepy dude, and I like it. So he's got the accentuated features and stuff. I guess I do too a little bit. I got this big old nose and shit. So, but I don't know. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment, Anthony. No, I'm just messing with you, man. Anyways, moving forward. JPR is saying, my only question for you today, Jake, is should the Alien franchise go the Evil Dead route after the success of Romulus? That's a really good question because I think I'm really invested in the characters from Romulus. Like, I kind of want to see what else. I kind of want to see what else they can do with that. I kind of want to see what else they could do with Kaylee Spaney's character moving into a sequel. I feel like there's potential there, right? Where we're going to a new planet where maybe the aliens can go right after. But I'm also not against the Evil Dead route either. But JPR, I'm struggling with this one because like with Evil Dead, there's never really been a story. You know, I think some people would argue like the original trilogy is one long story, but it's kind of not, right? They kind of restart the story to make every sequel work in Sam Raimi's trilogy. So there's kind of not really like a focal story. It's just kind of Ash doing his own thing that's like non-canonical, maybe. You know, you kind of decide if it's canonical or not. But I think with Evil Dead that works because that's how the franchise has always been. It's kind of just been like, it needed some excuse to tell another story with Ash. It needs whatever excuse to tell just a new isolated story. With Alien, there's already a grander like plot line and story going on that Alien Romulus hits on a lot and tries to connect. Like it connects a lot of stuff from like the original couple of movies to like Prometheus and Covenant. And, you know, before... My biggest criticism of Prometheus and Covenant was I just didn't feel like they needed to explain what they explained. I was just kind of like, I don't care. Like, I really don't care. Like, cool, whatever. But I guess we needed that. It just feels like, it feels a little pretentious to try to explain that away, which I don't feel like really needed to be explained. So now we kind of ended up doing something with that in Romulus that directly affected a new plot that is also kind of right in the middle of Alien and Alien. So I feel like we could take that even another step further with a sequel to Romulus specifically that has all of those elements tied into itself. So I'm here to see, personally, I think I'm leaning towards an Alien Romulus sequel. I agree with Fede Alvarez, though. They shouldn't start just going into production for it right now. You know, take your time, figure things out and make it the way, make it right? Give it some time, step away from it for a little while and then come back to it with some fresh ideas and see where it goes from there. So I think Fede should do it, though, because I feel like he killed it. And again, imagine what a Fede Alvarez Evil Dead sequel would have looked like. Like, I'm just thinking about how great that would have been. But let's see what else he can do in the Alien franchise, man. Personally, I'm here for it. I'm here to see more Alien movies in that same vein. But I'm really not against more directors tackling the Alien franchise. I can think of many more who I would want to tackle one of these movies. So, Jake, you look exactly like the one bad guy from season 3 of Stranger Things. He even has the same first name as you. What? One bad guy from season 3. I've been told I kind of look like an uglier version of Vecna, like one from season 4. Which that guy is so handsome. I'll take it. Fuck. If I'm a slightly uglier version of that, I'll fucking take it. But season 3, who are you talking about from season 3? The character's name is Bruce. Is that what you think my first name is, dog? Why do I not remember a Bruce from season 3 of Stranger Things? I'm just gonna look up Stranger Things 3 Bruce. Oh, fuck. Are you serious? Jake, I don't look like Jake Busey, dog. Jake Busey looks like he's coked out of his mind perpetually, dog. I hope I don't look like that. I gotta change something up if I look like that. Anyone thinks Speak No Evil might be a sleeper hit? With how much they're advertising it, maybe. Potentially. I will say I think a lot of people are it's really funny that a lot of people are excited for this one, and like I don't think the majority of people know it's a remake, which is like really funny to me. But that original is fantastic. I don't think I don't think it needed a remake, but I'm still excited to see what Blumhouse ended up doing with it. I just hope they didn't water it down, you know? That original is so brutal if you've seen it. I mean, even if you've only seen the trailer, you can tell like this one's gonna get fucking messy, and it does. Dear God. But I hope that I hope Blumhouse didn't water it down. If the ending is anything lighter or more just soft and triumphant than the original, I'm like actually gonna feel like I wasted my time and money. But we'll see. We'll see what they end up doing with it. I hope they didn't Americanize it too much, but fingers crossed. You need to be Beetlejuice for Halloween. It has to happen. I am, actually, hilariously enough. Madison and I are going to be Lydia and Beetlejuice for Halloween. It's going to be fun. Jamie Campbell Bower. That's the name I was thinking of. Yeah. You know what else Jamie Campbell Bower is in? He plays Vecna Henry in 1. Yeah. Yes. He's in the Twilights. No fucking way. No fucking way he's in Twilight. God damn it. He's so good. He's so good in Stranger Things, though. He's awesome in that. I don't know. Like, to me, that's like saying Robert Pattinson is only from Twilight when he's done like He's been in like The Lighthouse. He's Batman now. I mean, he's got so many better roles under his belt. No offense. I mean, like, you know, he's the hot guy in Twilight. Okay, he's the hot. Yeah, sure. But I mean, his performance in so many of his other later indie movies, and also Batman, which is not an indie movie at all. I just think, I don't know. Me personally, I'm just like, I was so moved by his performance in like The Lighthouse and all that. But I don't know. We'll move on. We'll move on from that. That's so funny. That's hilarious. My mom, who hates horror movies, is seeing Speak No Evil on Thursday. How horrifying is the original? Very, very much so. Let's just say the reason why some people are very against Terrifier 3 is Speak No Evil makes light work of, dear God. But that's not even spoiling anything. I mean, the most brutal thing I haven't even gotten to. Dear God. I mean, it is just an upsetting slow burn of a film that I don't think at first you think is going to get that fucking wild, but then as it goes on, you're like, oh, no, this is going to get fucking crazy. Like, the more the movie goes on, the more you're just like, when is the thing going to hit? Like, when is this awful, horrible fucking thing going to happen? And when it does, it does. Yikes. No, it's brutal, dude. See the remake, but watch the original. I'm begging you to watch the original because if I was a betting man, I would say the original is probably going to be better. Just knowing how Blumhouse likes to put their little fingers into foreign films and make them a little more watered down. I'm just, based on some of their previous works. That's all I'm saying. You should see Mortal Instruments: City of Bones. That's a good movie that stars Jamie Campbell Bower as a main character. Okay. I feel like I've heard of this. This sounds familiar. But I might have missed it. But good shit all around. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think your boy is signing off for the night. But again, I will be live tomorrow at 8 o'clock with Davey Deathray. So come on by, say hey. It's going to be a fun chat. We're just going to talk about horror movies. It's going to be sweet. So come on by. It's going to be fun. I don't know if I'm going to have a new video tomorrow. I don't know. I still, we're wrapping up a few things. We're wrapping up a few things this week, so hopefully I should have a finished short film to show you guys soon. So I'm excited for you guys to see that. I'm just about to send that out to a few folks. So if there's any content creators who want to see the short film and want to do a review for it early, let me know, and I might send you a short film at some point. So I meant to say that earlier, and I just forgot. But anyways, much love to you all. Thank you so much for the support tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me as well. And as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Peace out.